Jacob and Wesley bringing you all the commentating. Is there beef? Is there beef? This racing is so exciting. They rock the NASRA network. That Beagle's cracking them up in the background. It is racing at Atlanta. It is racing at Talladega. Never turn right. Go, baby, go. Don't you curse tonight. As a Brady, the boss man is lessening. Oh dear, let's go racing. Cody out with all the graphics. Jeff Merck pulling all the facial reactions. Jordan is spoken like DD Folio AC and a white train. And we're gonna have fun right now in this moment. Let's race, let's race. Let's green light and go. Let's enjoy the race. Like and subscribe. So to see the unicorn that Murph and magically make. Don't you believe in unicorns? Do we want Barney? Barney, it's time to wave the flag. Green flag. Go back, go, go, go. What do you want? Door banging? Trucks being turned to find out where Grandma hides the cookie jar from Grandpa. But bet I got some things.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. Brady LaBeouf will win the championship and the race in the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series with the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. His rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Got a little too early jumping on the queue because I'm ready to go. The road to the NASRA 500 continues, and we welcome you now for the next round of round number 2 of Season 5 on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Happy Monday to you. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to you. Happy American Day to you. What a great day to be an American, and we are doing it virtual racing style as well. Auto Club Speedway is location 1 tonight. Race number 2, I'm Wesley Outland. Jacob Reeves is alongside the Redneck announcer. And, okay, so Daytona in the rearview mirror, Jacob. Now we set our sights to the run to the regular schedule. What a better place to be here than the dormant Auto Club Speedway. This exciting 2-mile over precision banking. You can go 3 and 4 wide here, and it's okay. We're going to see what happens tonight. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're feeling better.
Yes, sir. Feeling a lot better than what I was Friday night, and apologies to each and every one of you out there on the NASRA 360 Racing Network for all that happened Friday. A little bit under the weather. A lot of work kind of got to me a little bit, Wes, but I think we're kind of getting back into the field. And, you know, you were talking about this track dormant, and it is unfortunate. It really is. I mean, even though the sucker's out there on the West Coast, but this right here, this track, I absolutely love racing here. It's never been kind to me, but it's always been a very, very good place to watch a lot of great racing. Obviously, you talked about it, 3, 4 wide, old surface, very, very old surface. You'll see it right there, literally crack seams all the way through right there in 3 and 4. Bumpy, especially. One thing about this, Wesley, and hopefully we'll be able to show it on the broadcast. Going into turn 3, there is a huge bump that these guys is going to be right up against the wall. They'll hit that thing. It's like hitting a damn ramp. So these guys are going to have to be very careful here tonight. But you talked about that schedule. We got a long schedule ahead of us.
Yeah, we certainly do, and there's a look at the schedule. As we mentioned, remember, 2 weeks from tonight is the lid lifter of the NASRA 500 Speed Week, presented by the Glass Mechanic. Because of that, every league that races on Monday through Friday under the NASRA sanctioning body will be taken off with the full focus on the NASRA 500. Here's a look at the grid. As the starting lineup is ready to be introduced, we'll give you the race analysis in just a moment. Andrew Harris puts down fast time in qualifying the truck wagon. Eric Parks alongside will make the front row here at Auto Club. Kerry Tribune and Matt Cherry will make up row number 2. Diebold and Pappas, row 3. Cole Henriksen and Tom Lester will make up row 4. Brady LaBeouf, a former series champion, and Stephen Gregory will start 10th. Adam Newton and the inaugural series champion, Adam Newbert, will join Adam Newton on row number 6.
That outside pole sitter from last week, Luke Smith, is going to roll off 13th here this evening. Justin White trying to go 2 for 2 on the top 3 finishes here tonight, but he's got to start from P14. Justin Lufkin in the 18 is going to start P15. Jonathan Cofield, also one of our podium finishers from Daytona last week. He's going to roll off from P16. Chad Ross is going to start 17th. Stephen Page is going to start 18th. Dane Hagan will start 19th. And Tyler Goodwin is going to start 20th.
Greg Schroeder and Cole Larson, Aaron Van Rattle, Cody Knott, for the next 6 rows. We normally go 6 rows by 6 rows, the top 24. So let's go on down to the rest of the lineup, including Taylor Peacock, Stephen Thomas. Then it's going to be Jeffrey Johnson, Keith Haney. Your top 30 will find Colton Hagan. Rest of the lineup, of course, will also see Joey Stiers and J.D. Larson, Joshua Suss, Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man. Makes up row 17. Row 18 will find Nate Maurer and Chris Blanchard.
Then the rest of the field, Brian Chu's going to start 37. Shane Schroeder's going to start 38. Robbie Richards, way back there in P39, and Tim Hammond is going to roll off from P number 40. Raul Meza, 41st. And obviously TJ Moore, your race director this evening.
We have a new graphic for you as we also show you very quickly the drivers on camera. There's our buddy Joey Stiers in ground control to Major Joey. Tim Hammond alongside down below. Got a little fancy setup with his modem glowing in different colors. There you go, the CPU.
And the Fisher-Price steering wheel, too, Wesley. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like.
I do see the Fisher-Price steering wheel. Yeah, for sure. Hey, we got a new graphic for the race analysis. Take a look at this bad mamma jamma there, Jacob Reeves. And here's the details for tonight's race at Auto Club.
Yeah, absolutely. All kinds of glitz, glamour, all kinds of good stuff. Obviously, stage 1's going to go to lap 20. We'll have a caution at that time. Stage 2 will go to a lap 45. We'll have another caution, and we'll go all the way to 100, lap 100. 4 sets of tires, folks. That's 3 in the pits, 1 on the truck that they're starting with. Obviously, 100% fuel capacity and 3 green, white checkers. But keep in mind with those tires, Wesley, this place right here, I talked about it, old, slick, worn out. I'm telling you, you can eat up the tires here in a hurry if you ain't careful. So those tires right there, that tire sets and everything else could play a factor into who wins this bad boy here tonight.
Race conditions just before nightfall. It is dust settling in. They'll be racing into the night. It'll be cloudy conditions here at the drop of the green flag. 68 degrees in the track temperature, 68 degrees Fahrenheit for the ambient sim temp, air temp. Then the track temp is 69 degrees on the racetrack racing surface, and there's about a 10-mile-an-hour wind speed blowing. That's something we'll be watching, especially down the back straightaway with the downforce on the front nose of these trucks. We're set to go here at Auto Club. What do you say we crank it up for you as the 42-plus charter virtual members of DSR get ready to come to green? We're underway here at Auto Club as the green flag flies.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, trouble in turn number 1 and 2, and they're scattered all around the track. It looks like Daytona again. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, kind of looked like one of them big ones we saw last week. Kind of looked like Adam Newton in the 19. I believe he got involved in this. I believe a couple of other trucks, literally. I mean, everybody kind of scattered, but we're going to kind of slide back, see where all of it started, and ironically enough, it did happen right there around the Adam Newton area. We're seeing Roger Diebold actually up there way in front of all of this. He was one of the guys that started right there at the front, just absolutely snaps loose. And Wesley, that is very possible to see something like that. I mean, if you look right up there ahead, your pole setter, Andrew Harris, he actually clipped the apron. He got so loose, he clipped the apron. And then at that point, you see Page gets involved. Goodwin gets involved. Newton tries to slide around. He gets a piece of it. And wow, Diebold just kind of kicks it back in gear, shoots back up the track. Guys still coming. They almost T-boned him right there up against the wall. So unfortunate to see that right here at the start of the race. Very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, it certainly is. Let's look at it from another angle. By the way, instant replay presented by Pulse Poppers. Look at the number 14 just break loose in the corner. And man, just nowhere to go for anybody else. Roger Diebold credited for starting the accident, and then everyone else is just literally holding on. Look at the former champion, the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, just dodging. And Raul Meza as well, that incident on the outside from Diebold's truck. Cofield on pit lane. A number of drivers Minimal damage, I think. Some might be cosmetic, but they are not taking any chances. They're coming down the pit lane on the DVP. Remember, there is no fast repairs in this series this year. NASRA 500 coming up in a few weeks. Here's more details about it and how you can get signed up to be now one of the 100 plus entries for the Great American Sim Race.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Going to be a big one. Don't forget to join us again February 3rd through the 8th. And remember, there's the details. And it's so cool, Jacob Reeves. We are going to have 4 nights of preliminary racing qualifiers. If you make the top 3, you advance to the duels. If you do not, you're in the last chance race. And the good thing is if you might have a bad night on a Monday, you could buy back into the race. Like drag racing, you can buy back into the next round, run round 2, run round 3 if you choose to. And of course, that all culminates with the duels on Saturday morning, followed by the afternoon on Saturday, February the 8th. And we look forward to bringing it to you all right here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. It's going to be special.
Yes, sir. It is going to be very, very special. Obviously, NASRA 500th Great American Sim Race. Mark your calendars. If you can't race, check it out here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We're getting ready. Now streaming 2K, Wesley. Here we go. Lap 4 in the books. Going to lap 5. Green flag coming up.
Field comes back to the Geico restart zone. Pace truck is in, and the field is taking the green. And let's try this again now. Let's see how it goes down. Front row, right there, stride for stride. The outside lane actually gets a good jump. That's going to be the truck wagon. Eric Parks. Boy, what it would mean to him to win a race here in the early start of the season and punch his ticket into the playoffs. He's got Harris to his inside flank. So is also Kerry Tribune. They work the back stretch, and we're already 3 wide for 4th.
Yeah, they're fanning out big time. Watch out for Brady LaBeouf. Obviously, he was my pick on DVD earlier this week. He knows how to get it done. Won a championship here. Won his championship here at the season finale for that season here at Auto Club. So he knows how to get it done. Seems slicing and dicing. Got to use as much draft as you possibly can. Kind of like IndyCar, honestly, Wesley. Just carry the draft here in these trucks here at this 2-mile racetrack and try to get all that you can. That's what LaBeouf's doing. He's got Tom Lester up to his top side, but we got a battle for the lead up here. Harris and Tribune up here. They have shot around Parks for the lead.
It is Harris now back to the top spot. Look at Kerry Tribune. A little wiggle from that truck from the back end, working into 3. We mentioned how the wind could really mess with these trucks. Jacob, you're a racer, not just a broadcaster. What's it like fighting the wind, especially finding that tailwind coming down the back stretch for these trucks here?
Yeah, that's kind of one of them hold my beer and hold on. Do whatever you got to do. Hold on to something at that point. You know, when you're fighting the tailwind, you just gotta hold on to it and just pray. Big time, especially, you know, I mean, like you were talking about going down the backstretch and everything else, and also right there in the corners, because just how the wind is. Oh boy, Harris sitting there saying, hold my beer. Watch this right here as I slip down to the inside. Good old Kerry Tribute battling door to door. Harris wants to try to keep this lead. He got the pole, Wesley. He's trying to see if he can hold off Tribute. But Tribute from the West Coast, he's out here in this West Coast area. This is kind of hometown, honestly, a hometown race right here for Kerry Tribute. That's why I believe Kerry is trying to race his tail off and wants to get up here and at least get him a stage win. If not, win the whole damn thing.
And that's going to be now Kerry Tribute down to the inside. Look at them, almost 3 wide. Correction, they are 3 wide behind the battle for the lead. Tribute, Kerry Tribute, Harris, we're 3 wide. And look who's the monkey in the middle, Justin White. He breaks away. They're back now 2 by 2. As you see now, Parks trying to get something going on the outside of the 73 off 4.
And Cherry was slipping back just a little bit. LaBeouf down on the inside. Parks almost comes down, gives him the good old-fashioned door bang right there. But now you got Justin White up here trying to rock and roll. You got Cole Hendricks sit up here getting the shove from Justin White. And Tom Lester still trying to roll on this inside. And Parks is going to take it all the way up on the wild side, all the way up on that outside. You can get a fantastic run up there on that top side, Wesley, especially off of turn 2. Just like you saw with Parks right there. He was able to get around Lester and now work his way down to the inside to try to get around Justin White. All these battles going on right here inside the top 10.
Working all 4 from the flag stand view. Oh, yeah, listen to that rumble. The NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series, nothing like it. As they thunder their way back into the corner, funneling into 1 and 2. Look at Parks and White, almost some contact there. They back off of one another after leaning on one another. And boy, White had to really make a move to keep from hitting the wall as he gets into Parks. Contact, 1 to 3.
Wow, Wesley, that right there, Justin White is not a man that you want to keep door banging and keep hitting right there in the left rear, because Justin White will make you pay for it. So Parks, obviously a rookie last season, coming into his sophomore season this go-around, he's going to have to watch who he races and especially how he races like that right there, because Justin White's not going to play that game much longer. Check it out, though. Brady LaBeouf trying to roll on this outside lane right behind Matt Cherry. They're trying to use that outside lane to their advantage to try to get the momentum. Now, here goes Cherry. He's going to get around Lester, gets a run, but he's not going to be able to get to Parks yet. Now, for the moment, everybody kind of single file up here within the top 6 or 7.
Remember, put that little fancy graphic up down there that they've been working on. All the cool new bells and whistles leading up to the NASRA 500 week. Look at that. Stage 1 takes to lap 20. There will be a caution at the end of stage number 1. We'll move into Glass Mechanics stage number 2. That'll take us all the way to lap number 45, just before the halfway mark of the race. And then, of course, they'll battle their way to lap number 115. Believe it or not, the race distance has been moved to 115 laps. We didn't get the memo on that unless it's an error. So now there's 103 laps to go. 103 laps to go. This race, again, is over 200 miles.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, if Brady LaBeouf ends up winning it, then I guess we can call it a fixed race. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. But anyway, there you see right there, Tim Hammond. Yeah, I'm probably going to get some beef out there in the live chat for that one. There you see Tim Hammond back here.
Wow.
Obviously, our great producer helped us out a little bit with some of the duels that happened for the DSR Electric 250 from last week. Helped us out with the duels in the producing booth as well. He's back here battling it out with the Fisher-Price steering wheel. Matter of fact, I'm going to quit saying that. I'm going to end up making him mad. I'm going to have to stop with that. But Hammond right here, he's got a lot of guys around him. Chad Ross back here behind him, Phil Pappas, all these guys battling it out. And this is right smack dab in the heart of the field right here on lap 14 coming to on lap 14. 3 wide.
You do the math, 115 laps times a 2-mile oval is 230 miles. So now we're going 230 miles here tonight in the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230 at Auto Club Speedway. Look at this now. Cherry Parks, door to door. Look at this now. By the way, he's changed his name. I thought it was Fred Lester. His name is now Tom Lester on timing and scoring. He's now wanting to get up in the mix here. Good run for him in the top 10 there, Jacob.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, Lester is. I've raced with him a couple of times last season, and he's rough in the sheet metal. I will say that. He is rough around the sheet metal, old Tom Lester is. And right now, he's going to have to watch his back door because the obviously knows how to get it done here at Auto Club. Bray LaBeouf. How about Andrew Harris? Way up the racetrack. I think he might have slipped a little bit. You can get loose big time over there in 1 and 2, Wesley. I think that might have been what happened with Harris. Just slipped up and slid up, maybe got up into the wall a little bit. That opened the door for Hendrickson to go to second as Tribute still leads. But the fight is on back here behind Parks. Justin White, Matt Cherry, Tom Lester, Bray LaBeouf, Luke Smith, all of them trying to gang up on old Parks.
Hey, I got questions coming in via chat box. Thanks again for chiming in. New Edge Simulation. Cheering on Mission 1 Esports. Shane Scott says, go Hogan Farms. And that's the, thank Daniel Gobble says, let's go swimming chrome as we close in on under 5 remaining in stage 1 here at Auto Club. Wesley Lynch from one Wesley to another. He says, how do we join this league? Go to NASRA-racing.com and find out how you can be a part of it, as well as the NASRA 500. There you go. And we got a great battle. Heating up now in the top 5. It's Cherry on the inside. Parks now got some company by White as they work into 3 and 4.
Yeah, and that's one of those things right there here at Auto Club. You slip just an inch. Wesley, you slip just an inch, and you could end up losing 3, maybe even 4 spots before you even get to the next turn. And there you see another thing why everybody loves this track. It's so unfortunate that this place has went dormant, and now they're going to turn it into a damn short track. Honestly, I love short tracks, but this right here is absolutely beautiful to see 3, 4 wide, all this spreading out. As you see Keith Haney right here battling up through the field. He started 30th, and he's all the way up to 12th. So kind of like, I guess you could say, whoa, Stephen Thomas getting up into the wall off turn number 4 right there. He's going to lose him a spot, but that's one of those things like I was talking about with Auto Club. You can end up having, say, super speedway kind of moves with guys starting at the back and being able to work their way to the front with all the multiple grooves that this track has.
Just one of those things that you gotta, be mindful of is the fact that this racetrack, it literally is just an absolutely racy place. Watch this again now as we work off the corner. Look at Cole Hendrickson really way up on the outside. Kerry Tribune moving by on the outside. Here he comes. Hendrickson on the bottom. Here comes Harris. And we're closing in on the final laps here of stage 1 at Auto Club.
Absolutely. And Hendrickson sees that the time is now to go ahead and pounce and shoot around Kerry Tribune. Tribune might have burnt his stuff up a little bit. Harris tried to look down to the inside and nothing there. But now Tribune had that outside lane. 1 and 2. He's got to run. He's going to dive down to the inside. Hendrickson's going to go to the top. Tribune's going to go back down to the bottom. But Tribune trying to slide up. He's going to run out of the real estate. He might put him in the fence coming off forward. No, he doesn't.
Hendrickson works up on the outside. Kerry Tribune, you're on board with him. Final lap of stage number 1. It's on board down into turn 1. They're still going to ride up against the outside lane. Here comes now a move by Hendrickson. Tribune on the bottom as they work the turn 2 for the final time in stage 1 at Auto Club.
And Hendrickson might have just saved himself stage 1 right there. Run the top side, make Tribune dive it down to the bottom side, because Hendrickson, see that huge run that he got coming off of turn number 2? That should be all she wrote. Unless he slips up in 3 and 4, he's got stage 1 in the bag. Tribune's got to watch his tailgate because Harris trying to go for second.
Here they come, working down to the line. Here they go. Top 10 stage points, Auto Club, and a Serve Pro caution to boot. It is Cole Hendrickson taking stage number 1 when it's all said and done here at Auto Club Speedway. Second place to Kerry Tribune. Andrew Harris third. Matt Cherry, Eric Parks, your top 5. Then it's Dan Hagan, followed by Brady LaBeouf, Tom Lester, Luke Smith, and Justin White. And it looks like we are not getting a caution. We are still staying under green flag conditions. We didn't get the memo on that as they work off 4.
Yeah, we ain't got a whole lot of memos here tonight. Hell, I mean, honestly, I looked and I thought that they was going to end up having a caution according to the race details we got and the ones that we showed the viewers at home. Either that or TJ Moore might be sleeping up there a little bit, but then they flipped it, and now it's 115 laps. So I wouldn't be surprised even for stage 2. I wouldn't be surprised it may go green. I mean, who knows at that point? But the good thing about it, we get to see all of these multiple grooves still being used right here, and these guys starting with these older tires. These tires starting to get wore out. I was talking about that, Wes. These tires starting to wear out as much as they are. Now you're going to see guys try different lines than what they were using a while ago. As you see, Luke Smith actually blinking a little bit right here behind Brady LaBeouf. He might put it on the loud pedal, try to get away, tries to put a block on him right here at the line.
Made a big move there. Nice save as they work their way back around the racetrack. Yeah, this race was scheduled for 100 laps, and then we get on the air, and it says 115 circuits. And then, of course, that's 230 miles. Raul Meza now, and that's Serve Pro Chevrolet right now working his way. We had that big wreck. Had the big wreck to start it going into turn 2. And the only Serve Pro caution of the race. And right now, we're still kind of watching this great race. There's mission control. Ground control to Major Joey. And there it is. Look at that awesome setup there. I love it. Man, he's got a refrigerator even in the room there, Jacob. You see it's a refrigerator?
Yeah, I bet you I got an idea of what's going to probably be in those fridges or in that fridge. I bet you I know exactly what it is. Check out the cup holder right there. I mean, literally, that right there is a redneck's dream right there to have that kind of sim rig. You got a fridge right there. You got a cup holder. You got the whole 9 yards. Even waving at us. I mean, he's got it made right there. Yeah, he's got it made right there with that sim rig.
If you're looking at the top of the monitor where his camera is, you can actually see the broadcast feed up on the big screen. There it is right there. Notice up there on the top, as we were just on board a moment ago with Joey Stiers. Yeah, there he is. He knows we're talking about it. Like, man, big brother's watching you.
Folks, that right there, that was what money buys right there. That's what money buys, that big old rig like that.
It's beautiful, man. It puts my broadcast position to shame, and I thought I had a pretty nice setup. Nonetheless, laps are winding down. We're streaming at 2K tonight. The road to the NASRA 500 continues, and Cole Hendrickson up in front. Hey, we'll stay with you, but we'll go side. No, there it is. So basically, they put another 5 laps on top of 20, and then they threw the caution for the end of stage number 1, Jacob Reeves. So now we're caught up.
I guess so. At least that's what it's looking like to me. So I believe that's going to be stage right there. So Hendrickson still ends up getting it. Tribune ends up getting second. Cherry, Harris, and Parks. Matter of fact, that's exactly how they finished at lap 20, if I'm not mistaken, at least for the top 5. So I don't think anything really changed. I think they just want to go an extra 5 laps out of all of it.
Guys, they decided, listen to this. They decided at 3:30 this afternoon. They unveiled the race details at 1:30. 2 hours later, they changed the format. Here's how it'll go if you want to update this, Jacob Reeves and Dean Hompton, our producer. Stage 1 to lap 25 of the caution. Stage 2 to lap 55. That's the Glass Mechanic Stage 2 coming up next. That'll go to lap 55, and then another caution that'll take us to 115 laps. Oh, and by the way, something new this year, Jacob Reeves. We saw it last week at Daytona. Unlimited attempts of overtime.
Boy, I'm telling you right now, that could get a little bit interesting right there for the unlimited green-white checkered attempts. I mean, we didn't necessarily get to see it last week because obviously it was a fuel mileage race at Daytona.
Oh, it was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it was fantastic. But here's the thing about it, Wes. As more as we get an opportunity to get into some of these races, these wins are going to be harder and harder to come by, and that will end up causing that unlimited green-white checkered attempt to absolutely just blow completely out of proportion, and then that's when you're going to see a lot of wrecks when these wins really, I mean, they matter anyway, but it'll matter a lot more later on in the season.
Drivers are coming down the pit lane at the end of stage one. We would have predicted that. Hello to Darren Lumpkin. He's cheering on Justin Lumpkin. Bill the Masshole says you guys are killing it. Thank you, Bill. We're going to take a break to thank our sponsors, and we'll kill it again in stage two coming up next on Auto Club.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
The NASRA 360 Racing Network 230 continues here on this Tuesday evening, round number one of the Season 5 NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland, and we have got Cole Henriksen, our buddy from the Midwest, the number 10 winner of Stage 1 for Highline Racing. That was fun. Toyota looks good, Cole.
Yeah, that was pretty good there. I just I know that first lap was a little bit of a scare. That guy spun in front of me, and I actually hit him and luckily didn't get any damage, but went back green there and just tried to be as patient as I could. Got lucky with some people getting loose, and before I knew it, I was battling for the lead, and so ended up getting the stage win. So yeah, pretty good start to the race here.
We're looking at a replay of how that big wreck started. And, man, right in front of you, nowhere to go for Roger Diebold, and you had nowhere to go, and you just weaseled by on the right front to avoid the damage on that Toyota number 10.
Yeah, it was I needed a new pair of shorts after that because I thought my race was over right there.
Jacob, first you say it, then you do it.
Yeah, I mean, literally, wow, I'm telling you, man, I mean, hopefully you didn't use up all of your 9 lives to miss that one right there. Hopefully you can pull it off here tonight, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know if Harris got tires or not, but I think the plan is just to get back out in the lead here and try to control this stage as well.
Well, buddy, thanks for your time. That's, of course, Cole Henriksen. We'll let him get back into the box with Highline Racing, winner of Stage 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Blanchard, Harris, Toyota, Chevrolet on the front row. LaBeouf as well. We come back to green, and we welcome you to Glass Mechanic Stage 2 here at Auto Club and the NASRA 360 Racing Network. 230 rolls into turn 1.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the NASRA 360 Racing Network if you love what you see. And here comes Stage 1 winner, Cole Hendrickson. Jumps up to that outside lane. He's going to get away. We got a
Oh, no, caution. Oh, wow.
Justin Lumpkin. Looks like Keith Haney, Tim Hammond back there in it as well. Number 21 back there looking to see who that is. That's Colton Hogan. He gets involved as well. Big old pile up coming off of turn number 2.
Yeah, nice little sponsor plug there for DSR Electric as that debris flops down the front straightaway. Here's a replay presented by Pulse Poppers. What a number of drivers involved in this one. Craig Schroeder, Keith Haney, Chad Ross, Justin Lumpkin, Timothy Hammond, Adam Newbert, Keith Haney, J.D. Larson, Dane Hagan, and Colton Hogan all involved in this massive crash off of turn number 2. Kind of what happened on the start of lap 1. Big crash on the restart in the starting of stage 2, Jacob. Wow.
Damn. Yeah, and that's rough right there. I mean, Dane Hagen right there in the 39. I mean, nothing egregious. I mean, it wasn't like he drove down the track and just tried to right rear Haney right there. He just absolutely snaps loose, very similar to what we saw with Roger Diebold right there at the start of the race, just absolutely gets loose. The only difference is Diebold was on the bottom, and he didn't have a whole lot of places to go. He just went down and he was already there. Only problem is Hagen is all the way up on the top of the racetrack. He comes down completely across the racetrack, and then out of nowhere, Keith Haney just trying to get away. He gets involved. Cofield misses it by an inch. On my screen, I just saw that, just misses it by an inch. And then after you saw that, I mean, just hard impact right here. Schroeder, oh God, hold on. Oh, this ain't gonna be pretty. My gosh. Wow.
From another angle.
Wow. I think he just ran out of track, Wesley. Honestly, Schroeder, I think he ran out of track. He was just trying to go as low as he could, try to get away from it. And, folks, you can go anywhere you want to try to miss the wreck. Just like Daytona. If there's a wreck in front of you, you can go all the way down to the inside wall. The only problem is, don't hit the inside retaining wall or the tires. And unfortunately, he ran out of track trying to get away from all the chaos that was happening to his right side.
So pit stops are happening. Pit stops. We'd love to thank Pit Stops to thank our sponsors. And we're back with more from Auto Club. 2 big wrecks on the start of both stages. What will happen as we approach halfway? We'll be back.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
We were just chatting during network timeout about, come on, this is just the start of the race, right, Jacob? I mean, you're only 33 laps into this thing. You don't want to start tearing your trucks up very early. And we're seeing that now.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of guys getting involved, and, certainly a lot of guys really getting involved in something that they have no business being a part of. It's just one of those things. They just kind of get caught up in it, just trying to drive through it, and then bam, I mean, there it is. Kind of like Daytona from where we was last week. So, I mean, but the same thing about it as well off of this as well is, I was talking about how beat up this track is, and this place is bumpy, Wesley. So, obviously, over in 1 and 2, where we're seeing a lot of guys get loose, possibility, maybe they're just bottoming out and just hitting the wrong spot right there in the track. Maybe they're bottoming out, and that's what's making the tail end of the truck come around. And then, unfortunately, everybody else is victims of it.
Ready to come back to the Geico restart zone here at the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230. Green flag back in the air. Henriksen Blanchard now on the front row. Henriksen, stage 1 winner, gets a nice launch. His Toyota's going to go up on the top shelf where Grandma hides the Valentines from Grandpa as February is approaching. And look at this now, diving back to the bottom. Harris right there. So is now Blanchard back to third as they work 2.
And Blanchard better watch his tailgate. LaBeouf had a fantastic run coming off of turn number 2, but he has to back away because to his inside, Kerry Trabue trying to fight back hard on that inside lane. LaBeouf had to let out of the gas or he was going to end up door banging his teammate. Here comes Parks. What? Baby, hold on to it. Eric Parks found a hole just for a second, and he filled it faster than anybody could even blink. He filled that hole very fast, shoots up there on the top side, dives down to the bottom side, Watch out on the back door. Cole Larson in the 20 started 22nd. He's up here inside the top 10 as well.
We remember how good this driver Larson was. Remember that Mountain Dew Baja Blast entry from Oregon, Illinois. Came so close from the land of linking to winning the Daytona Duels. And then he got busted with a DQ. By the way, my apologies. That's the Mountain Dew Voltage colors, not the Baja Blast. Justin White on the inside. He's going to battle with them door to door as they go back across the line. We're approaching lap 40.
And I'm telling you right now, Cole Larson, this kid can get it done. He's not just good at super speedways. He is good at other tracks. I've seen this kid work. We'll see how it works out for him. Harris all the way up there on the Kyle Strickler line, the high side tickler line, trying to just see if he can make something work. Tribute Parks, they're still trying to run down Hendrickson. Hendrickson's starting to gap the field by a long shot, but we stay with this battle right here with Cole Larson. Justin White back here trying to battle it out. Watch out, here comes Jonathan Cofield to the inside.
Cofield, remember, had a little bit of damage in that first caution at the start of the race. Now to the inside, got Larson up high. White's in front of him. They work back into the corner again as Larson goes way high up against the outside wall in two.
Yeah, he's trying to see if he can get up there and get him a run, but it may end up costing him to the inside. Cofield's there. White tries to jump up and block, but Larson had that good of a run. He basically just had to move over, and now he better watch himself. He may go three wide. Cofield thought about sticking it on the inside lane. Thinks different, backs away, and now they're going to kind of go back to that single file. Maybe not. Here comes Larson. He was on the outside. Now he's going to go to the inside of Justin White, battling it out for the fourth spot, and Cofield's got a front row seat to every bit of it. As now Tribute is under fire from Eric Parks and Hendrickson. Almost 2-second lead. He is gone.
Checked out, coming through and taking advantage of it big time. Hendrickson to the lead, Kerry Tribute, Parks right behind them. Larson and White, your top five. Look at Cofield now. Alabama on the inside, going after Larson in three.
Roll Tide on the inside or War Eagle, whichever one he wants to do it. That's how I'm going to call it, but it makes a fantastic pass on Justin White. Slide Cofield up into the top five as Parks is going after Tribute. Parks on the inside makes it happen, and now Tribute's going to try to pull the crossover from the outside to the inside. Tribute on the inside and Cole Larson laying in the weeds. This kid is absolutely rolling, trying to get up here and get him a second place right here in the Glass Mechanics stage number 2. To the outside, Larson works. Parks is up there. Tribute down on the bottom side, and Cofield and Justin White trying to reel him in.
Here they come, working off turn 4. Down to the triangle. Look at now. Kerry Tribute went from the bottom to the middle lane, down to the outside lane. He didn't have any friends for a moment. And then all of a sudden, Cofield and Tribute went up there with him as they work back into 1 and 2.
And Larson still trying to work down on the inside lane. Tribute shot up the hill. Now Cofield, he's going to try to slide by him. Cofield jumps in front of Kerry Tribute. He's going to give him a little bit of a bump draft. You can do that here, but you got to be careful going over that bump I was talking about going into 3. You give him a bad bump draft going over that bump, and all hell could end up breaking loose. Cofield to the inside, trying to get around Cole Larson. Tribute up on the outside. He's got to get a run. Where will he go with it? Will he go to the bottom? Will he go to the top? That's exactly where Tribute's going, to the top side and trying to get the draft off Larson as Larson dives to the inside for second.
And they thought about going 3 wide for just a moment. Now they'll fan back out side by side, stride for stride off the corner. Larson to the bottom. The truck wagon, the Parks up against the safer barrier. Here comes Kerry Tribute. Here comes Cofield door to door as they reel each other into the 3.
Boy, pull the air brake, honestly, Cole Hendrickson. Pull your parking brake and slide back here. You know you want to get a piece of this right here. They are slugging it out for that second spot. Larson, Parks, Cofield, Tribute, Justin White laying in the weeds. He better watch his back door. Luke Smith and last week's winner, Lucas Lyons. They're trying to get into it as well as Parks. It's tagged to the left rear.
And somehow he's saved and he's in trouble. He's in the grass and he turns into the pack. Somehow he saved the 73. Big problem on Parks' truck. He is now free falling like lyrics in the Tom Petty song. And somehow we still stay green. What a save, and you saw it in real time. Wow.
Wow, what a save by Eric Parks, but obviously was up there in the second spot, and it's going to cost him from that little bit of contact. It's going to send him all the way back here, and everybody still shooting by him just like he is, free falling literally through the field. But now we go back up with a battle. Justin White trying to work around Luke Smith. Right behind him, Lucas Lyons trying to see if he can get up here and get him some. Cofield trying to go after Larson for second as Lyons trying to get the slingshot draft on the outside.
Cole Henriksen in the lead. A production truck. Can we find the 73 and see that on a replay? Watch this, everybody. It's queuing up. Watch what happened to Eric Parks in the truck wagon, and what a save, maybe save of the year, only in week 2 of the year, Jacob. Look at this.
That is a fantastic save, and then shoots down, almost gets in the lines, almost tags him, and right rear hooks him all the way up to the outside retaining wall. But, you know, I was going to go back and look at this. Who was at fault here? Was it Parks or was it Larson? Did Larson overdrive the corner and get up into him? No. Parks just shot down across his nose and just tried to clear himself. And Larson was there. So no fault to Larson right there. It was all Parks thinking he was clear, trying to jump down and maybe trying to fake him out and go to the inside to put the block.
You ever heard of that song, Once, Twice, Three Times the Lady by Lionel Richie? Once, twice, three times for Parks. What a save for the number 73. We stay green, and right now it is Henriksen up front, Cofield from Alabama to second, Larson third. That's who they are. Tribune and Smith now the new top 5, and Lester 3 wide, Monkey in the middle off 2.
Yeah, Lester back here battling it out right at just inside the top 20, matter of fact. Bray LaBeouf back here, the Spice Man Chris Seddeman, both of them trying to figure out a way to try to get around Lester. Right in front of Lester, you got Brian Chew up here, Andrew Harris, all these boys up here still slugging it out, like I said, right in the mid-pack of the field. 40 drivers actually started the race, and this is right there smack dab in the middle of it. And this is some of the hardest racing right here that we're seeing. Maybe not. Here we go. Kerry Tribune trying to look to the inside of Larson, but Larson had the run off too.
Back straight away into turn number 3. Look at this now with Henriksen still up in front. You got Cofield there and Larson on the inside. 4th place man, Kerry Tribune, working off 4. We're single file. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're in Glass Mechanic stage number 2. We're going to stay with you, but we're going to go side by side to thank some sponsors as well. The race rolls on with the leaders as they thunder and back into turn number 1.
Tribune's going to try to slide up on this top side, as you see right there. Premier Racing Setups. You need one, you know where to go. PremierRacingSetups.com. And if you enter either code of NASRA or Jake57, you will get 15% off your entire order. Also, 15% gets kicked back to both respective organizations. And also, folks, if you want the setups that the Redneck Announcer races, go check them out. PremierRacingSetups.com. And I'm telling you, Wesley, them setups are fast. I've raced them for quite some time. These old boys out here, they're acting like they're actually racing on them setups. I mean, I'm telling you, they're going that fast right here at Auto Club.
And Henriksen is really the Pied Piper so far now as we're heading towards lap 50. Remember, we'll go all the way to lap 55 for stage number 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic. Kerry Tribune up on the outside. Here comes the battle now with White on the bottom. White's going after 2 for 1. He'll set his sights on those trucks as they work all 4.
Telling you right now, buddy, this looks like a little bit of a stack up and a 75-85 split smack dab in the middle of Atlanta. Everybody is all over everybody and basically going whatever lane they want to go in, and it doesn't make a damn who's on their inside or outside. They're going to go there one way or another, whether you like it or not. Tribune to the top side. Lyons still down on the inside. Cherry almost ends up turning him off of 2. Cherry had a run. Lyons shut the door on him. And here goes Larson and Smith slugging it out for that 3rd spot going into 3.
What a solid move as they work their way back to the corner. Wow, Hendrickson way up in the fence. Here comes now a battle. The 27, Smith on the outside. Remember, Smith had a good run in Daytona before he crashed last week. Look at Larson. Look at White. They're all going up to the top shelf. Oh, baby, we're up in the tater patch as they work into turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, they'll probably end up jumping a cushion if they ain't careful, as we got a battle for the lead going on. Cofield saving them tires, son. He has ran down Stage 1 winner Cole Hendrickson, and right here with about 5 laps to go, this may be prime possession for Cofield to get him a Stage 2 victory here at Auto Club. And honestly, I thought for a second we was going to end up seeing Cole Hendrickson run away with this thing, but it is far from over. Hendrickson, Cofield Auto Club's second race of the season.
Yeah, definitely far from over as now we go to Cofield on the inside. Here comes out of the battle with Smith up on the high side. Cofield to the bottom. Larson watches on. Cofield to the lead. Cofield has got around him. Here he goes around the 10. Pulls up and goes for a crossover. Shakes him what Larson did in the Chili Bowl. And the caution is out. He'll be credited as the leader. He passed the 10 before the caution fell, and this is in the 5-lap stretch remaining of the second stage. This probably will end stage number 2, Jacob, as also.
Absolutely, and I'm going back trying to see exactly what our caution was, and I'm seeing it right here. It was right around the Adam Newbert, unless our producer might have saw something right here with the Colton Hogan. Well, yeah, Adam Newbert was right there with him, so there you see it right there. Whoa!
Is that Devin Painter?
Hit.
I believe it is. It's Devin Painter in the 99. Boy, I think the lights went out in the infield grass here at Auto Club. I think it's the 99.
Actually,
the 99.
Larson.
Okay.
That's J.D. Larson in the 98.
Yeah, my apologies. I thought it was Devin Painter. He's not even on the track. It's the 98 of J.D. Larson. Watch this again. This will be officially the caution to end stage 2 also. That's Newbert. Oh, the inaugural series champion of DSR caught up in it. And so was Hogan in 21.
And really, from what I was seeing right there, coming off 4 right there, Wes, it kind of looked like Larson kind of snapped loose. Newbert was basically gaining on him big time, and Larson snaps loose just for a split second. Chad Ross, unfortunately, just an innocent bystander out of all this. Newbert gets him in the back end, sends Chad Ross down. Chad may end up getting away kind of squeaky clean out of it. Colton Hogan, unfortunately for the 21, he just ends up, just inheriting all the damage and everything else with it.
Let's go on board with Chad Ross. I'm sorry. Let's go on board with the 4 of Adam Newbert and then the 98 again as we'll go extended here. We're seeing pit stops. You're seeing that right now. Let's see from these different angles. The number 4 of Adam Newbert. Let's see what it's like for him from his angle. And then, of course, the 98 machine also that was involved. I like to see his drive in the grass. Right now, first Adam Newbert. Out of nowhere. Bam. So that's what happened to Newbert. Let's watch the 98 on board with him and see what this was like. Let's go on board with the 98. This should be fun, Jacob.
Yeah, it should be fun, and there you saw right there for a second, and when we slide it back, if we're right on board, you'll actually see J.D. Larson actually just for a split second, just kick to the left just ever so slightly right here before he ends up getting tagged. Watch this wheel right here. Watch him. All right, bam, bam. It was already kicking to the right. He was already getting loose, and Newbert, unfortunately, while he was...
did you see Ross?
Check this out.
I knew that onboard camera would be fun.
That's Dukes of Hazzard right there, son. They are going at it right there. That's some driving right there in the grass.
Oh, boy. The night that the lights went out in Cali, we're going to take a break and we get ready for the 3rd and final stage in the NASRA 360 Racing Network. You're watching it right now. More from Auto Club when we come back next.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
We're back here at the Auto Club Speedway. We're now moving into stage number 3. This will take us to the finish. The lap number 115, green flag in the air. Let's rock and roll and take us to the checkered flag, shall we? Just had a third caution of the race, or actually fourth caution if you count the stage caution as well. Right now, Luke Smith, the new leader in the 27, up in front as they work into turn 1 here.
Yeah, and check out his tailgate right now. Kerry Tribute talked about him, the West Coast man, trying to get it done. On the inside, he's going to get a run. He's going to try to dive down to the inside. Justin White looks like he's going to try to go to the top. Smith tried to put the block. They may end up being 3 wide off of turn number 4. White all the way up against the wall, almost gets into the fence. And look out. Is that Cinnamon? No, that is Cofield to the inside. Stage 2 winner as we got a wreck coming off 4.
Trouble, turn 4. Another Surf Pro caution. We're trying to put everything together to tell you who was involved. I want to say it was the 30th and 31st place drivers. The 30th and 31st place trucks were Joey Stiers and Roger Diebold. Let's watch and see what happened here. If something happened with one of them to trigger another caution, this time, Jacob, off of turn 4.
And I'm looking right here trying to see on my end. I can't see them because they actually blacked out there for a second. It might have been Diebold right there. Something must have happened right here for TJ Moore to throw it.
Yeah, let's rewind the Diebold truck there, Jacob, in the truck, and see if something happened to Roger Diebold. Maybe it happened. Oh, there it is right there. Look at it. Yeah, Whoa. Look at these guys up against the fence. Is that Adam Newbert? Is that Adam Newbert up against the fence there? Went back too far.
I believe it might have been.
Went back way too far. I think that's Adam Newbert that's up against the fence. No, it's not Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man. That's the orange and black truck, the white truck. It's the red truck up in front of them. And I want to say that's Adam Newbert. Something happened up ahead, guys. Up ahead of those trucks, Jacob. I want to say, is that Brian Chu? So it is Adam Newbert. It's Adam Newbert. Yeah, there he is.
Ow.
From
unfortunate. Actually,
Georgia.
wait a minute.
That's Adam Newbert, Chad Ross, and the 98 machine of Larson, who we mentioned earlier. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just serious contact right there. Colton Hogan getting involved. Looks very similar to what happened a while ago. And honestly, for a second, it kind of, honestly, I thought that's what it was. To be honest with you, I thought that's exactly what it was. But apparently that wasn't what it was.
What a tough break for Adam Newbert, that number 4 machine up against the fence. He was the inaugural series champion of season 1 of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. As, somebody knocked the lights out a moment ago. As you see Parks and others exiting off pit road. Jacob, you're taking the first 60 laps here of the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230.
Well, I mean, I've enjoyed it. Obviously, I mean, I enjoy the crashes, I guess you could say. I mean, everybody enjoys a little bit of crashing, obviously, especially when you're not involved in it. But obviously, I know that there's a lot of guys out there. Obviously, every single one of them put in an entry fee. And, I know that sucks for them, to put that entry fee in and then get caught up in a wreck, especially with guys that got caught up in it on the first damn lap. But, by the way, shout out to Jordan Jurassic out there in the live chat. Season 9 champ for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series in the house out there in the live chat. But, I mean, we kind of got a whole mix of things here. We got a lot of great racing, a lot of great moves, and obviously everybody using all 4 or 5 lanes of this track. And then obviously we saw Cofield be able to save some tire and be able to try to run down Cole Hendrickson. So those 2 games we're going to have to watch ourselves as Raul Meza. Son, quit damn texting. You're going to get yourself in trouble. I mean, you're live on there. I mean, haven't you already learned something already?
Tim Hammond, too. Tim Hammond. What it?
Play.
Problem is, this is like, he sported his Serve Pro colors, so I like that, yeah.
Even got a flag over there on the right side. What is that? His truck that he races?
does. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a car.
No, that's his NASRA Cup car, buddy. That's his NASRA
okay.
Cup car. He knows we're talking about him. He's laughing at us, guys. He's laughing at us on the screen. He's look at the face. Look at the face. He knows we're talking about him. He knows we're talking about him. Big brother, we're watching
Lord.
you. Hello, Rawl.
Oh, God.
Tim Hammond just enjoyed it. I'm Wesley Outland. I'm the ugly guy with 4 eyes. Jacob Reeves alongside.
I'm the redneck on the right
Hope
side.
you're all doing well. Oh, boy. We're looking forward to bringing it to you. Don't forget to subscribe and like the road to the NASRA 500 Speed Week coming up February 3rd to the 8th. I'm looking forward to it. Jacob, I've already began my analysis and preparation on rosters and entry lists for that.
Yeah, and obviously, Wesley, there's some big names that's on that entry list. We don't want to tell you about them just yet, but I will say this. We got some pros that will be in the house to be running for that NASRA 500, but here we go, getting ready for a restart.
Green flag.
Back to green here in Stage 3 at Auto Club. Hey, let's crank it up. Hopefully they don't crash this time as they thunder into turn 1. Back across the line as Cofield up in front. What a job. One guy we're keeping an eye on also, I believe it's Brian Chu. Man, what a job for him climbing through the field.
Ooh.
Hold on, guys. Whoa! Mentioning Brian Chu, and I thought he was going to crash. Hold on to it, buddy. Up 32 places. Raw Meza, by the way, as I was going to say. And he's right there in that snakes patch as they work all 4.
Boy, better watch out for that 83 of Aaron Van Rada back there. He just absolutely snapped loose off 2, about snapped loose right there, going off of 4. They may be looking 4 wide around him. Adam Newton up here in the middle of this as well. Colton Hogan, he got caught up in that wreck earlier on in the 21. Now he's trying to rock and roll up here on this outside. Cofield still got the lead. Hendrickson holding on to second. Lyons, Larson, Harris, they're all trying to chase Cofield.
31-7, by the way, Ohio State on top of Notre Dame in the college football playoff national championship right now tonight as they work into turn number 4 to the inside. Look at this now. How about a run for the 53? Lucas Lyons. Jacob, you chatted about him last week. You mentioned just don't think that he just won Daytona on a fluke. This kid's good. He's down to second in turn 1.
Yeah, he damn sure is, and he is trying to take it to these old boys, but obviously he wants to try to go for 2, but obviously good buddies with the leader right now, Jonathan Cofield. We'll see how that ends up working out. Lyons trying to see if he can find a hole, see maybe if he can sneak into it. It ain't going to happen. Harris diving up to the outside lane, and he's going to wind it up and try to let it eat, son. I mean, let it eat on that top side, and he is going to get one hell of a run all the way up to the tailgate of Hendrickson. Now he's going to literally shove Hendrickson. They're going to fan out 3-4 wide. They're going to try to shoot around Lucas Lyons. Lyons had a shot, possibly going for the lead. Now he's going to get kicked back to almost outside the top 5, but it ain't over yet. We still got all kind of battling going on, still plenty of time to get there.
Lyrics to good old Smokey and the Bandit, Mr. Jerry Reed, as they work into turn 3. Speaking of Alabama, Cofield in the lead. Look at them scramble. They're almost 4 wide. That's how wide this track is off turn 4. You gotta love this place.
Yeah, I absolutely love this place. Like I said, I love racing here. It's just never been kind to me. But, I mean, hey, if it ain't going to be kind to you, you can still have some kind of love for it. And this place will always have a special place in my heart. This is why the 3, the 4 wide, the tire wear, all the multiple grooves that you see here at Auto Club, and every bit of it is getting used here this evening. Do want to mention, you were talking about him a second ago, Raul Meza did not qualify for this race. He did not even put down a qualifying time, started dead last in the field. He's up here inside the top 10. Colton Hogan, he started 29th. He's up here inside the top 10. Lyons started outside the top 25. Cole Larson started outside the top 20. A lot of boys up here. Brian Chew, he started outside the top 35, started 37th. He's up here in 11th. And Nate Maurer, 971 in the house. He started outside the top 35, and he's trying to crack the top 10.
Oh, we got 2, 3 in the wall. Hold on. Trouble. Climbing back on track. There's Adam Newton. The blue truck was also involved. I believe that was Lucas Lyons. Lyons and Newton both free falling. They saved their trucks. We stay green as we approach lap 65.
Yeah, Newton just snaps loose right there, and Lester was actually the one in the 6 to his inside. Newton just snaps loose off turn 2. I mean, just out of absolutely nowhere, and then he goes ahead and mows down the grass right there.
And now we're under caution here. Caution is out. It is involving Tyler Goodwin and Dane Hagan. Tyler Goodwin in the 13, Dane Hagan in the 39. They've crashed. Caution out. Here's what happened between Lyons and look at this. No, that's Lester. Lester into Goodwin. And Hagan nowhere to go as he slams the wall head on into turn 1. Wow, what a hit.
Holy moly. Oh, that's going to be rough right there. Oh, bam. I mean, just unfortunate to see that right there. And Lester looks like honestly, it kind of looked like Lester was either trying to come up the track and maybe side draft, pull Goodwin back. Either that or he just misjudged it by literally a mile. He misjudged this right here by literally a country mile. I think he was actually thinking maybe to jump up in behind him and just follow suit. But unfortunately, hits him right square in the left rear. And Goodwin trying to save it. Bam, he hits the wall. Hagan tries to get by, and then after that, it's just on from there.
So let's rewind things, and let's find what happened between the 6 of Fred Lester and the driver of the 53, Lucas Lyons, I believe is who it was. Something happened between them because Lucas Lyons was up to 2nd. He's fell back to 8th or 9th spot. We saw what happened to Fred Lester in the 6, or Tom Lester, and the number 19. Was it Adam Newton, I believe it was?
Yes.
So something happened there. It didn't draw a caution, but I got to wonder, Jacob Reeves, if this kind of got the storm brewing with what happened between those drivers.
I think it probably did, honestly, because Lester was also right there involved with Newton, and obviously Lester was slipping back just a little bit, and I think what he was trying to do was trying to find a line or find some kind of draft, try to shoot up in behind somebody and try to get that momentum back, because, Wesley, we talk about it all the time here in these trucks. You want to try to keep the momentum as much as you possibly can. You see Brian Chew back there. He kind of snaps loose as well. And that's why you see a lot of guys trying to jump in behind somebody, trying to get the draft, trying to just carry that momentum, because that's one of that's one of the things about these trucks. They are so big on momentum-based racing.
Yeah,
it's
I think
unbelievable.
you're not going back far enough there, Dean. You're not. We were trying to find it. There's a look at what caused the caution. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right here. Something happened right here. Something happened right here is what we were talking about. Lester, Lyons, and Newton. Here it is again, Jacob.
There you see right there with Newton right there. Obviously, Lester was involved in the big pileup. They ended up getting Dane Hagan caught up. Like I said, Newton snaps loose right there. Obviously, the bam comes straight up, hits the outside retaining wall, and Lester shot down the track.
Yeah, it looks like Lester got into in the net. Adam. Yeah, it looks like Lester got into Newton right there. He's in the number 6 truck, and right now his name is Tom Lester from Timing and Scoring, and he's currently in the way in the back in 23rd. Watch this again. There's contact, Jacob, right there.
There you see the contact right there. And actually, Dean, you know, if we actually fast forward it, well, not necessarily fast forward it, but you see
Stay right
Tyler
here with it.
Goodwin
Stay
right here.
Because this is
Yeah,
where the accident
absolutely.
happened, right here.
Yeah,
Just
and
like I
one
said,
good thing
something
about it.
happened off 2, and it started right here coming off 4. Watch him again.
You see them right here. Obviously, they're going to make a little bit of contact. And if you go out there and you read the live chat, I'm seeing a lot of it right now. I'm seeing a lot of beef out there on the live chat. Obviously, I think we may have a little bit of beef right there with Tyler Goodwin and Fred Lester. I got a feeling we got beef. There's a lot of people chiming it up out there in the live chat. We got beef. We got it all in the live chat. I think there's some beef right there.
Oh. We got beef. Where's our little logo at with the sound effects there, Dean? We got beef.
Where's the cows at? There they are.
Where's the cows? They ain't gone home yet.
Hell no, they ain't gone yet. Nah, not yet. Golly. I still can't believe Dave made that. That is awesome right there. That is awesome.
I love it. That's stuff that other broadcast features don't show. They don't do that stuff. And I think that's what makes us unique. NASRA 500, presented by Glass Mechanic, coming up February 3rd through the 8th. It begins on Monday night, February the 3rd, with 3 30-lap qualifying races. Top 3 go to the duels for Saturday. Everyone else goes to a last chance qualifier. We're back to green here in Daytona. Here at Auto Club, getting ready for Daytona.
You so excited for the NASRA 500, Wesley. You all crossed up, baby. Hey, we all excited for the NASRA 500, but I'll tell you this much. A lot of these guys that you see up here at the front and racing here in the DSR Electric Truck Series, they have got a very good shot to try to win that NASRA 500, that very prestigious race, obviously the Great American Sim Race. So if you want to stay up to date with that, make sure you like and subscribe to the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Catch all the action. And obviously, if you haven't yet, make sure you sign up. I'm sure they still got plenty of spots to try to get it done. Cofield up there with Hendrickson. Hogan up here with Larson, top 5. And how about Phil Pappas? We saw him get spun around a while ago. Now he's up here in the top 5.
Yeah, look at that job for the man in the 88 right there. How about the run? Cofield back to the lead. Henriksen, Hogan. How about Hogan in the grass 2 cautions ago? He's now the 3rd of the 21. Kerry Tribune with Larson on the top 5 as we work single file. Nope. Tribune's going after Hogan as they go to 3.
Might have caught him sleeping right there going into turn 3. Might catch Hendrickson sleeping a little bit as well. They may end up going 3 wide. Hendrickson jumps up, puts the block on Hogan. Tribune down to the inside, and he's going to get a little draft. A little bit of a sniff off Alabama's own Jonathan Cofield, but Cofield jumps back up. Tribune had a little draft, but it ain't going to be enough to be able to shoot past all of them. We'll see how it ends up working out. As Cofield still got it on the bottom. Tribune sliding up. Don't get into him. Keep it off of Hogan off 2.
And they work their way to the back straightaway. Look at this now. Watch the 7. That's Kerry Tribune making his move down to the outside lane, going after Hogan up on the outside, up against the safer barrier. That's what you got to love about this racetrack, this 2-mile oval. Tri-oval here at the Auto Club Speedway. It is wide. It is fast. It is a precision bank track. One of the greatest races that they had was 2 years ago at Auto Club before they tore it apart. And that phenomenal win by Kyle Busch. If you remember that race, Jacob, what a race it was. Kyle Busch went on to win the race. Right now we're watching these guys of NASRA making their own racing right here history. And they work into turn 3 here. Cofield in the lead. Look at this big scatter of traffic, all 4 coming after the leaders.
Yeah, absolutely. I do remember that race you're talking about where Kyle Busch ended up winning it. See, they actually made the next-gen cars actually look like they knew what they was doing. Obviously, I've got a lot of beef, obviously, with that next-gen car as well. But anyway, that is what it is. As you see Hogan back here trying to hang on to that spot. LaBeouf to the inside. Watch out for Brady LaBeouf. Mentioned it as well. Past champion won that race, or won the championship, I should say, at this track when he won that championship. So he knows how to get it done here, but he's still got to get through some hungry drivers, some fast drivers up here at the front. He's got Andrew Harris, a championship 6 driver on his tailgate. Cofield may have to play blocker up here with Hendrickson and Tribute. Both of them taking shots at Cofield and Cole Larson, just laying in the weeds.
Hey, by the way, don't forget a busy week ahead on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Right now, we're on the air live at Auto Club Speedway. Tomorrow night, it is the A-Lawns and Landscaping 150 from the virtual Richmond Raceway, the final race in the quarterfinals of the NASRA Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. The NASRA Cup Series is on the road to the playoffs, as well as we'll be at Atlanta Motor Speed. No correction. We'll be at Texas Motor Speedway. Texas Motor Speedway is, look at them working off 4, 3, and 4 wide. Coming to the line. Brady LaBeouf now cracks the top 5. Season 2 champion on the gas behind Hendrickson as they dive into 1.
I was fixing to say Cofield is basically the only safe man out of all of them, but if he slips, he's going to be right smack dab in the middle of that hornet's nest. 3 wide for second. Tribute, Hendrickson, Harris. LaBeouf's going to slide up here. Now they're 3 wide for fourth. LaBeouf, Harris, and Larson. And right behind them, Luke Smith trying to get up here and get into this as well. Cinnamon, Hendrickson sends him up the hill in 3 and 4.
What a save, Cole Hendrickson, eh? And now Raw Mezabon's eyes on the bottom of the racetrack. He's sideways. He's a sidewinder. And the Surf Pro caution will not fall in the Surf Pro truck as they go back into turn 1. No, it does. There is a caution. Oh, no. Well, we know it's not Dan Hay. We know it's not Raw Meza. Oh, no.
Lucas
It's
Lyons.
Daytona winner
No.
Lucas Lyons. Lucas Lyons, Cole, J.D. Larson, Adam Newton. Those are your drivers that are involved. Oh, man. And the 98 wrecks again. Lucas Lyons, the man who won Daytona last week, crashes in turn number 1 there, Jacob.
Yeah, and this is going to be unfortunate, and I think Adam Newton may be a little bit ticked off on me, but you see it right there. He just comes up and just left rear hooks Aaron Van Rada right there. I mean, just comes up, left rear hooks him. J.D. Larson, he's got nowhere to go. He ends up getting involved in this as well as Newton comes up, gets into him. Lucas Lyons all by himself back there. He ends up getting involved in this as well. A couple of other drivers kind of shot through it, barely was able to sneak through it. I'm looking and seeing, and one of them was Justin Lumpkin in the 18 just trying to soldier on. He actually dirt tracked it a little bit, kind of sideways trying to make it through there, but unfortunately right there, I mean, Newton, just like I said, he comes up, left rear hooks him. I mean, I don't know what else you can say about that. I mean, you're going to see it right here. He comes up, bam, there he is.
And what a tough break for the 53. The man right there in the Cofield 53, spinning, slamming into the wall, J.D. Larson. And they're crashing again in turn number 1 here at Auto Club. Quick break. We roll into the finish when we come back next. So we were chatting during a quick network timeout here at the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230 at Auto Club. And Jacob, you were telling us some more inside information between the two drivers that just crashed.
Yeah, there may be a possibility that we may have a little bit more beef out there. Obviously, we're getting a little bit beefy out here on the West Coast. Adam Newton gets into Van Rada right there. Newton, judging by my timing and scoring, he was about 7 laps down. So I'm not sure if that might have been payback from something a little bit earlier on that may have happened. Either that or Newton just kind of slipped right there. I tell you what, we'll let the jury, the live chat, we'll let them be the judges. We're going to bring up old Cofield, your stage 2 winner.
We are, man, out of course, Mumford, Alabama, and that Chevrolet looking good. Jonathan Cofield helped push Lucas Lyons to the win last week in Daytona. Cofield, now you're looking for your win to go to the playoffs. How's the truck?
That's pretty good. Trying not to get killed on strategy here, but I don't know. Probably gonna have to pit in the next 15 laps. Taking the high side, but I don't know. I don't know what those guys just did, topped off or took tires, or I don't know. It's gonna be wild.
And Cofield, I'll ask you this right here. I talked about it, obviously with 4 sets of tires, it's 3 in the pits, 1 on the truck. Because in the past, tire wear has been a major factor here at Auto Club. Do you feel like that's going to be do you feel like that is going to play a factor in who wins this bad boy here this evening?
It could be. The fall off's not real bad, so I don't know. We're going to try to stay on track long as we can. Got my Highline guys up here with me. Trying to come up with a plan to beat these guys. Maybe get a Highline top 3, but we're going to run it about 10 more laps. Maybe we can get a caution with these guys on new tires. Maybe somebody will spin out or something. So.
Boy, this is definitely different than Daytona last week, isn't it, Jonathan?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I haven't used the brake pedal this week.
Thank you. There's, of course, Jonathan Cofield, Glass Mechanic Stage 2 winner. And lights are off on the pace truck. We are in Stage 3, but of course, big thanks to the Glass Mechanic for sponsoring Stage 2. For the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230, I'm Leslie Outland, Jacob Reeves, alongside the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series Season 5, Round 2. Pace truck rolls in. Stride for stride, they roll to the box of the Geico restart zone, and they look for Barney to wave a green flag. It's in the air, they're in the gas as they work their way back into turn number 1. Cofield on the outside. This is now an opportunity for Kerry Tribune to get a good lunch on the inside of the 7. Everyone else with Larson and Hendrickson, watch on as they go to 1 and quickly back to 3 wide again.
How about that? And obviously you got guys up here battling it out for the lead on 2 completely different sides of the country. Kerry Tribune out west in California. Cofield over here on the central time zone, or more or less eastern side of the United States. They're going at it. And how about the one right smack dab in the middle from the Midwest? Cole Hendrickson trying to break up that whole party, and Cole Larson trying to figure out where he wants to go. Tom Lester up here with him as well. Tribune and Cofield may try to see if they can draft from one another and try to get away, but obviously Highline Racing teammates right behind him waiting to help.
Up high, Kerry Tribune. Look at Lester. How about this guy, the number 6? Down to the outside, battles alongside with Tribune and Cofield for the lead. He wants all that and more as the bag of chips heads to 3.
Boy, he's going to dive it down to the inside, and he may end up trying to pull an old slider. If he can pull it off, he is clear, all clear. Take Tom Lester to the lead here at Auto Club. Tribune's going to get kicked back to 2nd. Hendrickson goes to 3rd. Cofield in a straight-up hornet's nest now. He's got Harris. He's got Gregory. He's got Larson. He's got them all around him as they go into turn 1.
Somehow, some way, look at Lester up in front. And Kerry Tribune turns into Hendrickson. Cofield saves it. So does, oh no, Hendrickson. Kerry Tribune short into the stick. Caution out again. It's the 10th. So, I'm sorry, it's the 8th serve pro caution here at Auto Club. Wow.
Counting your chickens before they hatch, I guess, as far as the cautions goes. But there you see it right there. Hendrickson slides up. Tribune was up on the top side. It looked like Hendrickson actually may have come up just a little bit right here and got into Tribune and ended up sending him for the spin cycle. I'm looking at it on my end, and Tribune does come up just there. Actually, no. Actually, there was net code. Believe it or not,
wow.
There was daylight between both of them, but both of them were kind of going for the same spot. Henderson was going up, Tribune was coming down, and then unfortunately netcode ended up playing a factor in whether or not they was going to touch. We'll see if we can see it right here, because that netcode, it wasn't huge, but it was there. We'll see what happens, see if they actually did touch. No, they did not touch.
Right there. What are you?
Millimeters. Oh, come on, Dean. Really?
Yeah, they don't like that word for some reason. They frown upon it. Yeah, that's the N word you don't say in virtual racing, guys. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. We say that a lot when we're racing. I didn't know. I didn't know we're not supposed
dirty air.
to say that on the
Just
broadcast.
say there's
My
dirty
bad.
air.
Yeah.
Say there's dirty air between them.
Yeah. Big time dirty air. Big time dirty air between both of them. Then.
People, by the way, if you didn't know, we have Dean in the background, talking to us. So
Hello.
people are like, what the hell are these people talking about? Are they arguing amongst themselves in their head?
I'm just letting everybody know they're talking to themselves. I'm not really here.
Y'all just thought we was crazy. You ain't seen half of it, I guess.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right, so we race on.
Man.
We're not done yet either.
No, sir. We're not done yet. Not by a long shot. Tim on the phone.
Texting and driving, Jacob Reeves. Is that mean literally? Ain't that texting and driving, Timothy Hammond?
I mean, yeah, it kind of is. I mean, I guess Tim could actually text and drive. I mean, he's 7 laps down, but why not? I mean, he could pull it off. He'll be all right. Meza was on his phone a while ago. I think he finally said, you know what? I think they've already talked about me enough. I don't want to do nothing crazy. That's why you see him sitting there very calm, cool, and collected, not wanting to do anything crazy to get himself on there.
Do you realize that you're texting and driving?
Yes, sir, I do. I don't see it in the rule book. Listen, I'm texting my brother about the Royal Rumble in a week and a half.
Wow.
That's what we're texting about.
Talking about some WWE where we got beef at the Auto Club, huh? Pardon the pun.
No, definitely.
There you go.
It's going to be here in Indianapolis in about a week.
Are you going to the Royal Rumble? Are you going to
Absolutely.
Lucas Oil Stadium?
Absolutely, and I hope that Adam Newbert's going to be there because I'm going to put him through the mat right there in the middle of everybody.
Oh, snap. Well,
so you got beef with Adam Newbert, I guess, right? Come on.
Oh, I do. That goes back to Daytona last week.
Oh, wow.
Goodness. Well, I tell you what, Tim, you were talking about the Royal Rumble. Granted, I know this is a racing broadcast and everything else, but who's your pick to win the Royal Rumble when you go? I'm just curious.
John Cena better come out of nowhere and win. That's what I want.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
His final year, he's got to go out on top.
Timothy Hammond come out here and win.
No, no. I'm going to bring this back. See me puke. That's what's going to happen there.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Well, it's just, just to let you know, texting and driving. I think we need to put it in the rule book now. But yeah, there you go. So.
Hey, I didn't hit nobody, so we're good.
You are good. Yeah, you're going to be in the 500, aren't you, Timmy?
I'm going to be there. I'll be
at the real
500 too. No.
Are you going to have a bigger wheel?
No.
Bigger wheel?
It's going to stay just like this.
What team are you with, buddy? We'll let you get back to it, man. Good luck.
I'm with Mission 1.
Mission 1, esports driver, ready to join Brady LaBeouf and company as we get ready to go back to green here at Auto Club. Oh, wait a minute. Hashtag fake news. We got a truck spun in 4. Who the hell is that? Eric Tribune spun? He did. Can I say hashtag fake news now, Jacob, since we got a new president and he likes to use it, right? I mean,
yes, absolutely. You can. Whoa. Come on, Kerry. Oh,
listen,
man.
We never get political on the shows, obviously, because we love our... Whoa! We never get political on our broadcasts, and I'm in no way going to. But I just got to say this. After the day that I've saw today, I have to say, Jacob, that I'm proud to be an American. That's something that I've kind of been a little disappointed with for a while. But I'm glad to be an American, and I hope that we have a better 4 years coming up for us as American citizens. I really do. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, obviously, I'm proud to be an American. Obviously, in my 33 years that I've been here on this planet and everything else, and it is the greatest country in the world. And whatever we believe, whatever each and every one of us believe, every single one of us is American. and that's one thing that we all need to be hold in our hearts and keep it true. So I tell you what, out there in the live chat, light it up. USA, USA, come on, y'all do it out there in the live chat. Come on, do it.
USA, USA, as we come to Green, we'll crank it up for you for USA as we're getting ready to come to the home stretch at Auto Club. And let's go at least a lap or two this time. Some cameras. Don't crash, guys. USA, USA.
The yellow flag is out.
Trouble again. Every time we try to do a crank it up, they crash. Larson in the grass in ring. Larson's involved. I think the 98's caught up in it again on the bottom of the racetrack. Oh no. Cole Larson, Cody Knott. Yeah. Wow. Every time we try to do a crank it up, Jacob, I just don't know. Daytona, Green, crank it up, crash. Auto Club, what has it been? 3 times tonight, crank it up, crash. Look at this.
Yeah, it seems
boy,
like
Cole
it.
Larson.
See Cole Larson right there, Stephen Gregory as well. Gregory kind of looked like he was trying to pull the slide up, and unfortunately wasn't able to pull it off. And Larson just had a hell of a run coming. He ends up hitting him. And then after that, I mean, Gregory just kind of just comes off the wall, ends up hooking him around. And then after that starts a chain reaction. There you see Cody Knott. Lock it up, baby, lock it up. Oh, no. Cody Knott gets involved in it as well. Numerous drivers getting involved right here. There you see the contact right there on the left side of your screen, way up there up on the top.
Driving below the white line. Do you see that, Jacob? Like, look at this.
Yeah.
They're literally going all below the white line. Is that Timothy Hammond, who we just spoke to?
I believe it was. Looks like it.
It is.
All the
Who is
Mission
that?
1 trucks
Right
kind of look
there.
the same.
That is. No, who is that? That's Maurer. Nate Maurer and Chris Cinnamon up in front of each other. There it is, the 971 that went below the line, and then the 88 got collected, the 20 spinning, Cody Knott's going around. Look at this. I must say, though, Jacob, they must have worked on the damage model on these trucks. As you're watching the 88 truck get up in the air, the wheels came up off the ground on Phil Pappas, and we've had some other wrecks that have had trucks get up in the, had the wheels come off the ground, but nobody has flipped like the multiple crashes we saw at that's Larson in the 20. Nobody has flipped like the crashes multiple times we saw at Daytona last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a very, very good sign, that iRacing is actually doing all the updates like they usually do. But there you see right there, once again, with the contact right here, Larson, he had a run. He tried to go. I mean, he wasn't actually thinking Gregory was going to jump up the hill and ended up getting into him. And, well, there for a second, I thought Gregory was just trying to pull it off the wall. Turns out, I don't know. We may end up having beef out of that right there. We beefed all over the place at this point, Wes. I mean, hell, we got beef out of that. We got beef with this, that. I don't know. I mean, it probably isn't. He probably was just trying to get it off the wall and just trying to go, but that looked kind of bad. I mean, it looked bad, but sometimes what it looks like ain't what it always is. Well, sometimes what it looks like ain't always what it is.
We got pork. We got beef. We got pork.
That'll be a new saying, hashtag we got pork. There you go.
Quick break. We come back with a 25-lap shootout at Auto Club and the green flag next.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Oh. We are back at Virtual Auto Club Speedway. This is the iRacing simulation platform, and we are the NASRA 360 Racing Network for the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230. Yes, say that 3 times fast. Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Beaglestein Hopton on production. TJ Moore is the race director, keeping all this chaos and mayhem. It just had its 9th caution come to an end. Back to green with under 25 to go. Here as they get ready to roll back into the Geico restart zone, looking for the green flag. It's in the air. They're in the gas, and watch the outside lane again. Something we've watched several times tonight, Jacob Reeves. It seems like the outside row gets a better launch, and Tom Lester, a.k.a. Fred Lester's taking advantage of it as they go into one.
Yeah, but he better watch his back door. He's got 2 drivers from the Championship 6 last season. They are very hungry and want to go ahead, knock out a win, and go ahead and lock themselves into the playoffs very, very early on in the season. LaBeouf, Harris, door to door. Lester up on the top side trying to get away. Harris now going to roll on this bottom side. 3, 4 wide right behind him. Harris trying to see if he can clear Lester, but Lester's going to get the run as they're going to go 3 wide for the lead at the line.
2's the party, 3's the crowd, 4 is chaos, and they're going all over the track. And it's Brady LaBeouf on the bottom, Harris in the middle, Lester up on the outside, and Cinnamon the Spaceman rides up on the tater patch as well as they work into 2.
My pick to win it.
Baby!
Oh, boy, this is going to get 4 wide at the line. With Cinnamon trying to dive it down to the inside. How about that? That is actually Nate Maurer down there on the inside. Cinnamon went up to the top side, and Lester is going to get away and try to get gone as Harris. They're going to squeeze each other on 4. This is getting good.
Getting good in the neighborhood, and I don't mean at your local Applebee's. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here we go. Now Maurer from 5th to now 2nd. Now the lead. Lester under attack as they work their way again into the corner. Harris up high, and now Cinnamon runs them guys down on the bottom into turn 3. We're 3 wide again off 2.
Nate Maurer from 35th all the way up to battling for the lead on the inside lane. LaBeouf trying to find a way he can get there. We got a spinner on the inside. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. in a 33 spins, and we have got another Surf Pro caution, and he got T-boned right there in 3 and 4.
Jeffrey Johnson and Joshua Suss got into him. Another caution. This is yellow flag number 10. Surf Pro caution number 10. Watch the replay. The 33. Contact with the right front of Hogan's truck. Tins the front bow around to the 33, and then as he came back up the track, boom, Larson got into him, so did Page. Joshua Suss got the worst for wear, and a bad hit for the 22 as well. Wow. Let's go on board with Johnson. This should be a fun replay. On board the 33. By the way, that's not Shane Trotter in 22.
And there you see right there. You see it right here. Jeffrey Johnson.
Brandon Broadfoot was in the 22. It's Shane Trotter in the 22. That's Jeffrey Johnson in the 33. Let's go on board with him. And let's watch this because he got bounced like a ping pong ball. Like playing pinball. Watch this.
Ooh.
Now we're going to show Trotter in it first, okay? Look at this. The humanity. The 33. Let's go on board with Johnson.
Right, and that's unfortunate that you see right there with Shane Trotter, but watch this right here.
Watch this. On board with him. This will be fun.
Oh, wow. This is going to be rough. Oh, goodness. It's tagged, and he gets tagged again. But, Dean, if we can back it up a little bit before they go into turn number 3, you ain't got to keep it on board or nothing. Just get a good glimpse of what happens with the 33. If maybe we can get an overhead shot, maybe from like the chopper cam or something like that. Watch what happens right here. He actually looked like he was going to come down right here, but then watch him. He's going to shoot back up to the right. And when he shoots back up to the right, the back end kind of gets a little bit twisty, I guess you could say. And this is right about that point where I was talking about that bump going into turn 3. And I think what happened was he
ran out of room.
Bump.
It looks like he was running out of room.
Yeah, he ran out of room, but he got twisty right there and hit that bump, and it just knocked the truck all sideways. And like you said, he was running out of room as well. And then at that point, you're literally fighting a losing game right there. And then unfortunately, Larson gets involved, Page gets involved, Suss.
Hey, let's go on board with Suss. Let's go on board with the 80 of Suss, Dean Hopton. The number 80 extended replay. Watch this. Watch this. Oh!
My gosh.
But listen to this. Before the caution came out, what hellacious racing we saw, Jacob Reeves. I mean, my goodness, those guys went to the whip. They were going 2, 3, 4 wide. I thought they were going to go 5 wide. And you can do it at a track like here at Auto Club.
Yeah, you absolutely can. I mean, and they were absolutely putting on a show, and I would have loved to have seen how that bad boy was going to end. And I tell you what, you want to talk about a show? Check it out right there. NASRA 500, Great American Sim Race, son.
Yes.
Obviously, 43 driver field all the way from February 8th, or February 3rd, I should say, all the way to February 8th. We're worried about February 8th. That's the big one, but we got to worry about all the build-up. And obviously, there you see it right there. No fast repairs. Custom fixed setup, but no fast repairs for 200 laps, 500 miles at Daytona to get crowned the biggest race winner of all of sim racing.
And we hope that you join us. We hope that you join us because it's not just the big race on Saturday, the 8th of February. There's preliminary night, and there's going to be 4 nights of qualifying races, 330 lappers. By the way, if you're interested in wanting to be a sponsor, top 3. 330 lap qualifier racers per Monday through Thursday, 4 nights, top 3 transfer. Everybody from 4th on back to 12th goes to a duel. If you're 13th on back, you have to try to re-qualify in again to another qualifying night, which is available. Then there is the last chance qualifier nights, which will consist of 1 night, 3 last chance qualifiers, 40 laps, 100 miles, and I think it's the top 17 make it in from the duels. That's how it goes down. It's going to be a really cool version of our alphabet soup, like the Chili Bowl last week, won by Kyle Larson. That's how we're going to decide who makes the Great American Sim Race coming up in February. The NASRA 500 as we're back to green with under 20 to go. Let's throw up our sponsor real quick. Premier Racing Setups as they go back in turn number 1, Jacob Reeves with Ross in front.
Obviously, there you see it right there. Premier Racing Setups. You need one, like I said earlier. Go check them out, PremierRacingSetups.com. Enter both the codes we talked about earlier, NASRA or Jake57. Get the 50% off the entire order. And if you want the setups that NASRA races, go check them out, PremierRacingSetups.com, as we are looking 3 wide all the way around Eric Parks. And we may be looking for a battle for the lead. Chad Ross, Lucas Lyons, they're going at it for the lead at the line.
And remember, Lucas Lyons, Daytona winner, was involved in an accident earlier. We thought his race was done. There's no fast repairs in this series. Remember that. You've got to go down on pit road. You got to go on the damaged vehicle policy. It's Mark. Anyways, Mark crashes into Henderson. Hogan's in the wall. So is the 27 of Smith. We're crashing. We're still crashing at the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, no. Parks turned in the middle of the pack in 2. He takes out a big gaggle of traffic as Blanchard is damaged, battered, banged, and bruised, with now smoke bellowing from the rear end of the 9.
Boy, you called it right there. Gaggle of trucks. You see Blanchard may need a tow in the number 9. No pun intended with the Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series that we're going to be calling tomorrow night at Richmond. But all this happened up here at the front. Raul Meza with Eric Parks. It actually was a little bit ahead of this right here, Dean. There you see Raul Meza able to sneak by through this, but all the chaos happened. The 37 of Raul Meza and the 73 of Eric Parks coming through 1 and 2, and it looked like Meza just slips up just a little bit, catches him in the left rear, spins Parks around, and then from there on, it was just chaos. I mean, unfortunately, you saw Kerry Tribune and Cole Henderson. They both had their little spat earlier on. They end up having another spat. You see it right there. Meza comes up, gets him in the left rear, and then after that, everybody's basically going in it blind with all the trucks trying to slide this way, everybody trying to miss it, and then some of them wasn't able to miss it. Some of them did. But a whole lot of them
is that just a Jacob, is that just a trouble spot there in turn 2? I mean, we saw a lot of major multi-truck accidents off of that second turn. Watch this in real time from the back of the tailgate of the 73 as Meza did get into him. Oh, no, from that angle.
I mean, Wesley, I mean, you are correct. I mean, it is a very troubled spot right there off of turn 2, and it can go either way. Honestly, I mean, we've seen guys just snap loose. We've seen guys get tight right there. If you push the truck too much, you can get tight. If you overdrive it a little bit too much, you can get loose. I mean, that turn is very, very hard to get off of. It doesn't look that bad. Honestly, it looks like just any normal corner. But it's not. I mean, it is a very, very hard corner to get off of. As you see Chris Blanchard right there. Oh, man, I tell you what, if he would have had a couple more damn feet right there, he wouldn't have hit that inside wall. There might have been a little bit of a gap, and he probably wouldn't be in that bad of shape. There you see Van Rada get involved. I think it's Diebold once again, the 14. He hits it a ton on the inside retaining wall. But, Winston, to answer your question, that turn 2, it does give a lot of people fits. I mean, like I said, you can get loose, you can get tight. I mean, it's just one of those corners where you just really don't know what the hell's going to happen when you come off of it.
And Jacob, I got a nickname for the 21, 9 Lives Hogan. That guy has literally missed the last 3 or 4 crashes whenever they're wrecking around the 21. What a save for the man up to 7th. 9 Lives Hogan.
9 Lives Hogan.
Boy,
How about
boy.
that?
We're not done yet. Stay with us from Auto Club. Hopefully, we'll take you to the checkered flag or unlimited overtime when we come back. Oh, we're going side by side.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's magical creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Major beef! Cue it up there, Dean! We got beef! We got beef! Because it sounds like a lot of people in the chat box are saying, we got beef with Jacob, we got beef with everybody.
We got beef!
Yes! We are going to need some deep freezers to store all the beef after tonight. Okay, that's enough.
Man, beef with Dean Hopkins over there.
Like, what the hell? Yeah, keep on ringing the bell there, buddy. The dinner bell is ringing. Come get it. And the home stretch of the race is also on the horizon. We've got 12 laps to go after our 11th serve pro caution here at the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230. I'm Wesley Outland, Jacob Reeves alongside. Hit subscribe and like. We're hitting those 30. We hit 50 some odd earlier. Thank you so much. Don't forget the archives are available for this race tomorrow night. We're going to be at Richmond for the Blanchard's Towing Xfinity Series. We're going to, I believe it's Texas, for the Cup Series on Wednesday night. We're off on Thursday and Friday. Make sure you join us. It's going to be a good one. By the way, 11 different winners and 11 points races for the NASRA Cup Series. As we get ready to come back to green, 12 to go. New names up in front as we get ready to settle it out here at Auto Club.
Boy, that was a huge stack up right there. Literally both lanes just stacked up big time. Cofield trying to look down to the inside. Cherry up here almost 4 wide. LaBeouf wasn't able to make it that 4 wide. He had to fall back in line, get right in behind Raul Meza. Front 3 trying to get away. Chad Ross. Raul Meza up here trying to get in the middle of this as well. Lyons and Cherry right behind Ross. That's your top 3. And we have got chaos all over the place. 3, 4 wide, stacking up all over the place. Coming to 11 to go.
It's going to be California dreaming when all the leaves are brown. Here they come off 4, coming down to the line, working to 10 remaining. Ross in the lead. Lyons is right back to the fight. Winner at Daytona, trying to win Auto Club. They're doing it over 3 wide for second into turn number 2.
And you talking about California Draven, how about a little bit of Tupac? I think that's who says it. Believe it or not, a redneck fixing to call out a rap song. California knows how to party. That's exactly what they're getting. Going into turn 3. Lyons, Ross trying to go for the lead. Cofield, Cherry, Meza, all of them just diving in there, trying to make it stick. Ross goes from the top, goes to the bottom, tries to get a run. He's going to try to see if he can go to the inside lines, blocks him down to the grass.
Who's going to be dreaming Californication as we got trouble? Hogan crashed. Big trouble. Nate Maurer turns into the pack. So is also Harris in the wall. Trouble. Californication's about to be a tow vacation for these trucks in turn number 1.
Oh, man, Californication. That is unfortunate. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that one. But anyway, Colton Hogan gets involved. Might have got tagged in the right rear a little bit right there from Andrew Harris. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Watch this right here. Yellow truck on the inside. Bray LaBeouf comes up, give a little bit of a door bang, a little door check, I guess you could say. Actually, Hogan might have come down, LaBeouf might have come up. They both met in the middle. And then at that point, it just ended up killing what run Hogan had.
Man,
wow,
did you see that
shot?
Nate Maurer, watch the 971. Nate Maurer, Dean Hopton, look at how fast he hit it and flew into the pack. Let's go on board with Maurer. Nate Maurer, our buddy out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Wow. Put the women and children to bed. Watch this and listen.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Did he bounce over the roof of Cinnamon? I think he did. I think he bounced over the roof of Cinnamon that sent him launching in to the safer barrier into those other trucks in turn 1. Watch this again. Yes, it is Chris Cinnamon. Series champion from season 3. Watch this again.
Oh, my gosh.
Or season 4, my apologies. The season 4 champion. No, it was season 3. Yeah, my bad. I've done this for too long. 9 lives, Hogan's luck ran out.
And folks,
Nation became California chaos, as somebody just said in the chat box. Look at Eric Parks and the Hogan.
And,
wow.
And, Wesley, I mean, granted, we know that this is a sim. Obviously, it is on iRacing, but at the same time, I mean, some of these wrecks right here are just absolutely hellacious that we see right here. Some of these guys taking some hard licks. And one thing I do want to mention to folks, obviously these guys are racing, obviously on sim wheels and sim pedals and everything else. But with some of these hits that some of these guys are taking, believe it or not, depending on how the truck hits and how they're holding their steering wheel and everything else, I've talked about this before, they got to be careful with that because the wheel can actually jar out of their hands depending on what kind of wheel they got, how big it is. Right. Not Tim Hammond's, but others' wheels to where it can just snap clean out of their hands and they can sprain their wrist, break their finger. I mean, just how hard these hits is. So these guys, believe it or not, are taking a risk, even running on a sim or however you want to look at it. These guys taking a risk with trying to stay away from injury, just how hard some of these hits is being took.
Here's Hogan. And as I said, if he had 9 lives, he just sped them all right there, missing several crashes that time. Nowhere to go. And then look at the chaos. Pappas, Parks. Watch the hit with Nate Maurer, man. Let's watch the 971. Can we watch him one more time? Dean, let's go extended replay here. With 8 laps to go. Watch this.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Let's go on board with Nate Maurer. This will be fun. Or not. Take a listen to this impact. We're going to rest our voice. Listen. Wow.
I got a feeling who Nate's beef's going to be after this race.
We got beef!
Yeah, because he had to relive that about 5 times, probably.
He said, damn you production people, why do you keep showing that? That was a crash. By the way, Cinnamon, falls back to 12th. He was the driver that ended up over the top of the roof. Timothy Hammond is on the, there's Joey Stiers. Stiers, where are you at, buddy? He's in 13th. Raul Meza is in 6th. What a run for Raul. See what happens when you're not texting and driving? Timothy Hammond, I don't know where Timothy Hammond is right now. It looks like he's just kind of, he ain't even driving. He ain't even driving right now on his small steering wheel. 7 laps down. He's 7 laps down.
Wheel,
oh, boy. He is chewing his thumbs, and you're damn right, Timmy Hammond. It's been a nail biter tonight at Auto Club. Pardon the pun.
Absolutely, right there. Actually, that actually kind of looks like from our producer right there talking about, when my son, kind of gets a little bit older, we may get him one of them wheels like Tim Hammond's got right there. But
yeah,
but we see right here this top 10.
Did you say Fisher Price earlier, Jacob? I thought you did.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Six laps to go.
Green.
6 to go in Auto Club. Oh boy.
Oh man.
That's funny. Back underway. Hey guys, look who's up in front. Look who's in front. Lucas Lyons, winner last week at Daytona. He's now in the lead. Cofield, stage 1 winner, who gave the bump there last week for Lyons to win Daytona, is up to 3rd.
And we'll see how this ends up working out as the buff trying to dive down to the inside of Raul Meza. And some of these guys up there, never mind. We got a caution. We got another wreck back here.
Another caution out. And this will probably set up overtime as Page is trashed on the bottom of the infield grass. There's the number 47 of Stephen Page. Caution out again. I believe it's our 13th yellow flag. And this will set up possibly unlimited overtime. Remember, unlimited attempts at overtime as he turned right over Harris. Look at that again over the front bow. Oh, and Page got upside down.
Wow. I did not see that coming right there.
Harris, another truck involved, but it was Page who got airborne. Let's go on board with the 47. Page got airborne. First truck tonight to flip over after several last week at Daytona.
And what you're going to see, well, actually, we couldn't get a chance to see it, but we'll see it once again. There you see Page getting up in the air. But, Dean, if we can slip it back a little bit and do that chopper cam one more time, there was action that was happening right behind him. Watch this right here. You see Page right there. He's on the inside, jumps up to the top side. Harris just had a run. He just didn't lift. He just nails him right square in the tailgate, knocks him all sideways, and then Page ends up coming right back across the track. It ends up getting into Harris right there. He didn't go completely over, but at the same time, like we were talking about, Wes, they actually got airborne. He got airborne, rather. But it was all from him jumping up. He hits him in the tailgate, and Page is just trying to save it, and then Harris tries to get around him. And unfortunately, Page comes down, gets into Harris, but it was all initiated by that bump right there.
Yeah, that's, of course, the bump from Harris. Oh, boy, look at that. And then I do apologize. He actually did not get airborne. He got airborne, but he did not flip over. He did not flip over. So, but he did get some good hang time. The question is, will we be able to finish this race on the regular scheduled distance? Or, Jacob, are we setting ourselves up for overtime now?
We'll see what happens right here. I mean, if they double it up right here at the end of this lap, if they can double it up, I do believe we will be able to get this regular distance in. It just depends on whether or not they double up right here. If they don't double up right here, then we're going to overtime.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Lucas Lyons, winner last week at Daytona. He is up in front. There's Raul Meza, by the way. Raul Meza up to 5th. Hey, bring Raul in. Let's holler in at Raul. Let's see what Raul's thinking. But he's had a pretty good night tonight. My buddy out of California, ironically. Dream of Californication. Raul Meza knows what I'm talking about. Raul, what's up, buddy? How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Man, trying to hang in here.
Is this being a fun race or what? I think your camera froze on us, Raul. We see you, but you froze. Can you start over? Yeah.
I'm still here, guys. Yeah, still here, man. Just hoping I can survive this.
I got you. I figured you were trying to just show us you're not texting and driving anymore.
Man, I hope I get some funds to pay those tickets, man. Something.
Man, what's your take of this race as we get ready for a restart?
Thank you, guys.
What's your take of this race as we get ready for a restart, Raul?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I could barely hear you guys. Man, we're just gonna try and keep it clean all the way. If something happens in front of us, hopefully we have enough room to be able to bob and weave and try to protect the position from the guys behind. I know they're hungry too.
Thanks, buddy. There you go, Jacob. Again, that's Raw Meza. Remember, they are in the top 5, and it will be a 2-lap shootout. They are still within the regular scheduled race distance. Jacob Reeves, let's explain that to our audience. We have still not passed lap 150, the overtime mark yet, is what I was trying to say. So this is still a chance at unlimited restarts because we have not officially reached the scheduled distance yet. This will be lap number 113 of 115 when they come back to the Geico restart zone, my friend. 2-lap shootout, an original green-white checker here.
Yeah, this will get interesting right here, and a lot of drivers up here inside the top 10 has got a very good shot to get up there. Cody Nod up here in this top 10. Tom Lester up here. Brian Chew up here. Plenty of guys up here looking to lock themselves in. We're already spinning back in the back. We're going to overtime.
If you wanted unlimited overtime, you've got it now. As problems on a restart calls the caution to come out. I want to say it's the 19 and the 20th position trucks. I believe it's
88.
Stephen Gregory and Phil Pappas, the 61 and the 88, what might have been for Stephen Gregory up in front earlier. Watch the replay here.
Wow, there was a huge stack up here in front of Pappas
There
and
it
them.
is.
I mean, just absolutely huge stack up right here. Everybody kind of rolling, not a problem, everything else. And then all of a sudden, it's just everybody just didn't go. And they ended up costing them right there. Pappas ends up getting turned by Gregory. Tribune gets into Gregory. Just a huge stack up right there. Where, I mean, you'll see it once again. I mean, watch this right here. Everybody's going, everybody's going, everybody's going. Watch this right here. Big stack up right there. And Gregory got hit from behind by Kerry Tribune. And that's one of those things, Wes, you know, they got to maintain their lane. Because if they don't maintain their lane, if they dive down to the inside, they end up getting a black flag for for passing. So, and even if they try to go to the outside, race control is going to see that. So, I mean, honestly, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't right there in that particular situation right there. You just got to check up as hard as you can and hope you don't get run over. But sometimes it might not be a bad idea to just go ahead and just get the black flag and just say, screw it. I don't want to tear my truck up. At least that's what I would have done. I just shot to the right and said, nah, screw this. I would just went ahead and went.
Somebody that we're going to talk about is Matt Cherry, up to second. We'll hit on that as we get ready for unlimited overtime when we come back next from Auto Club.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Somebody that I was referring to before the network timeout was Matt Cherry. He has put himself in a great position to possibly win this race methodically, patiently hitting his marks in that Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Club number 54 from the Bluegrass State. Matt, you're taking this race, man. You're right in the catbird seat to try to win this thing, sir.
Oh yeah, man. It's been a long one out here. We kind of short pitted there and jumped the field a little bit. The guys they pitted about 10 laps ago and got new tires, but they ain't really been able to make up any ground. So we're gonna start on the high side here, and I'm just gonna hold it to the floor and one.
Man, let me ask you a question. You were kind of upset last Friday night in the NASRA Cops finale. what kind of remedy would this be for you for redemption if you could get this win here tonight and punch your ticket in the playoffs?
Oh man, it'd be great. To be honest, I just want to get that first win and get that knocked out of the way. I've been racing over here for several weeks now, and I just want to get that one out from underneath my belt.
Well, buddy, good luck. We're going to overtime at a restart. Remember, it is unlimited. Jacob Reeves explained the rules of unlimited overtime here at Auto Club, coming up now.
So pretty much, folks, how this goes right here is they will take the green flag and then they will race all the way back around. If a caution comes out before they take the white flag, we'll re-rack them, restack them, get you another six-pack, and we'll do it again. But
and again,
if
and
they
again,
get to the
and
white
again.
flag, yeah, over and over and over, unlimited attempts. But if they get to the white flag, if the leader takes the white flag and he crosses the line, they can all wreck. I mean, literally wreck like we've seen a couple of times here this evening.
Right.
Every single one of them could wreck. It's the first one that gets back to the line wins it.
Ready for the first ever unlimited attempts of overtime for the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. Here they come at Auto Club. Back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag. Matt Cherry says he's going to send it. Outside lane is usually worked on restarts. And look at now. Lions pull up in front of him and open the door to Ross into one.
Chad Ross trying to go down to the inside. Now Cofield looks like he's going to try to work it. Here comes Ross. Ross trying to slide up. Cherry is there. Lyons trying to see if he can get away. They are 3 wide all the way back through the field. Now they go back to 2 wide. Cherry, he's got to run off turn 2. He's got Cofield trying to give him the shove. And now he's going to dive it down to the inside, looking 3 wide going into 3.
Here they come, working off of turn 4. Cherry now right to the driver door of Lyons. Lucas Lyons on the outside. Cherry right there, door to door. White flag. Darren's nail gun repair. 1 to go. Who's going to be at the top spot on the other side around as they go into 1 for the final time? 4 wide for the lead. They're going to try to go for it.
And Cherry trying to see if he can go to the inside. Might try to pull the slider. Lyons gets him into the fence. Almost cleans out Cofield. They almost wreck behind him. Cherry out in front. Matt Cherry trying to get his first win in NASRA, but he's got the block lines to do it. Lyons goes down to the inside in 3.
Lyons on the inside. He won Daytona. Matt Cherry now wants to get his first ever NASRA win. He's on the outside. A wiggle by Lyons. Pulls up in front of Cofield to the line. It's going to be Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry, you have won your first ever NASRA Truck Series event at Auto Club Speedway. A first-time winner last week at Daytona. A first-time winner here for Matt Cherry at Auto Club. And it is Matt Cherry punching his tickets also, Jacob Reeves, to the playoffs of 2025.
Wow, Matt Cherry had a photo finish at the line, was able to get it done over Lucas Lyons, Cofield, LaBeouf, and Chad Ross, the top 5. That is how you finish it here at Auto Club. That was absolutely awesome. Congratulations to Matt Cherry. I know what it's like to end up getting your very first career win here in NASRA. I know what the feeling is. Very similar to how that finish was right there. Watch it again right here. Cherry on this outside was able to get the draft, or at least get the run off of the quarter. Cofield, I was actually thinking he was actually going to try to help Lyons. He actually was at one point going to give him the push. And then, unfortunately, it just didn't work out for Lyons. But Cherry, he got smiled on here today, Wes. He's been trying, like he said. I mean, you could hear it in his voice. He really wanted to get him a win. He finally got it done. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, son. Winning's winning. Matt Cherry, winner at Auto Club.
And he knows what it's like to now experience what it is to be a NASRA winner. It's his first ever career NASRA sanctioned win. He's been racing with us for about a month or so. He was a little heartbroken that he did not transfer into the championship race. He made the championship 6 for the NASRA Comp Series, and you remember how frustrated he was with the outcome of that race at Charlotte last Friday night, Jacob, because he kind of was involved in some things, but man, fret no more. He wins tonight here at Auto Club. He is going to the playoffs. Let the celebration begin as he's parked it in AAA Auto Club victory lane.
He absolutely has. And Wesley, you know, I mean, I know as well as anybody, winning can change a lot of things for somebody.
Yes,
I mean, you can be down in the dumps from what happened Friday night at, at Charlotte, for the championship race and come out here and win. It's like he said, hell, he probably wouldn't even think about it. He ain't even worried about it right now. It's the biggest achievement that he's had right here in NASRA in his short time.
Let's take a look at the results. Matt Cherry wins at Auto Club. Look at the interval, 0.013 seconds. Lucas Lyons, Daytona winner, will settle for second tonight, but I got a feeling he's going to come away as the points leader. Jonathan Cofield with another podium finish, Daytona and tonight here at Auto Club. Brady LaBeouf in fourth. Chad Ross with a top 5. Lester, Meza, White, Cinnamon, Knott. Sounds like a massive law firm. It's your top 10 at Auto Club. Add Brian Chu, Joey Stiers, Andrew Harris, Cole Henriksen, Adam Newton, Kerry Tribune, Joshua Suss, Aaron Van Rydel, all in the top 18 and all still on the lead lap at the finish.
Absolutely, and then 3 more was on the lead lap with Phil Pappas, Stephen Page, and Stephen Gregory, the 21 drivers that was on the lead lap. Tim Hammond finishes 22nd, 7 down. Rest of these more than 10 laps down. Eric Parks finishes 23rd. Justin Lumpkin will get 24th. Colton Hogan's going to get 25th with Nate Maurer in 26th after that wild ride that he had on the front straightaway. Luke Smith gets 27th, and Roger Diebold will get 28th.
Yeah, rest of the finishing order, of course, will also include, as we head towards the top 30, it will be J.D. Larson 30th, as well as Jeffrey Johnson, Shane Trotter, Cole Larson, all multiple laps down, by the way. Tyler Goodwin, Dane Hagan 35th. Keith Haney, Adam Newbert, Taylor Peacock, Stephen Thomas, Craig Schroeder, and Robert Richards and TJ Moore were the race directors of tonight's event. In a race that lasted 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 52 seconds, the winner is Matt Cherry. We take a break. We grab the podium. When we come back, this has been the NASRA 360 Racing Network 230. And here's a word from our sponsors as we grab the podium and we come back after a wild finish at Auto Club Speedway.
For Murph's Magical Creations, home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Starbase 1552 Comics. We sell everything a collector would want. Comics, Funkos, action figures, and so many more. A real American comic book shop. We are online only. Starbase 1552 Comics. Find us on eBay Auctions.
The finish of the first unlimited restart for the NASRA Truck Series presented by DSR Electric, and when it's all said and done, on the other side was Matt Cherry. Matt Cherry restarted on the outside. Pulled up in front of him was Lucas Lyons. We seen the outside lane be the best place for the restart all night. And when it's all said and done, an epic battle between Daytona winner Lyons looking for 2 in a row and Matt Cherry looking for his first career NASRA win like Lyons did last week. Lyons becomes Cherry. Oh my. Matt Cherry, congratulations. You are the winner in the NASRA Truck Series. Good job, sir. What's going through your mind right now?
That was an intense one. My arms right now are jello. I'm just glad to finally get that first win out of the way, and hopefully I got many more to come.
Matt, we were talking about this a while ago when we had you up here in the broadcast booth, and I stated as well that winning changes a lot of things. It makes you forget about a whole lot of things. Obviously, we talked about it with the Championship 6, and you were saying, it would probably help. Well, now you got the win. You still agree with the statement that you got? I mean, can you actually put the Championship 6 in the back burner now and finally, be able to put that to rest, knowing that you get you a win here on the Monday Night Series?
Oh, most definitely. There's a lot of good competition over on Friday nights, and I still got my work cut out for me on ways to be better, but I'm getting there. I mean, I'm not the fastest guy every Friday night, but I also, I hold my own when it comes down to it. But this here, most definitely, I'm just ready for next season to start over there.
What does it mean, though, Matt Cherry, to know that you're in the playoffs, bud?
Honestly, I forgot all about that. You win and you're in. Yeah, I mean, I ain't got to worry about that the rest of the season. I'm glad I got that knocked out of the way, but I'm still gonna go out and give it my all. I mean, it's not gonna change ways that I race people out here. I'm still gonna keep it clean. I'm not gonna just go out here and clean somebody out for a win because I'm locked in. So that's setting the head. So yeah.
A final question. Love for you to thank your sponsors and Segway as well. We see the literally almost half a truck finish at the start finish line there, coming to the finish of the white flag. Lyons, if it would have been the checker, he would have got it, but it was the white flag lap. What was your take of battling with Lucas Lyons, the way he raced you, the way you raced him, and was it just good hard racing there?
Oh yeah, it was good hard racing. We was on a backstretch there, and I seen him, and I think it was Jonathan. They had a run coming, and I knew they was going to shoot off to my inside. I was going to take the inside there in 3 and 4, and I was just a little late on my turn in. They beat me to it, so I hung it on his right side quarter panel, and I was going to hold him there through the middle of the corner. That way he would have to whoa up and not clean us both out. But luckily it worked out in my favor, and I was able to drag race him to the line and beat him by a fender.
Yeah, 0.013. As you're describing it, we're actually showing it on the replay of that move on the back stretch where you literally move to the inside. Here comes Lyons diving from the outside back to the bottom, and then the race on to the finish. Matt Cherry, I'm a stat guy, bud. Your 67th career NASRA start was tonight. It includes 12, now 13 top 5s, 27 top 10s, and your first career win. Thank your sponsors, Kentucky man.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank Bass Pro Shops, and most important, I want to thank Brady for everything he does over here. I mean, he's got good things going here, and I just love racing over here every night of the week almost. And yeah, man, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Put it in real time, Dean, as we're getting ready to wrap it up with Mr. Matt Cherry as they come in full speed, coming into turn number 3 and 4. To the start-finish line. This is to the finish right here, coming off of the corner. And look at this, literally by inches, coming to the flag. Matt Cherry, along with, of course, Lyons. And there's the white flag lap. They work into the corner. They bump and bang. They're stride for stride going into the corner. Then comes Cofield from Alabama on the bottom, as Cherry described. We'll get his thoughts in a moment. And then Ross was right there. So was LaBeouf. Lyons had to bonsai and save it to keep from hitting the wall off of 2. They go to the back straightaway. into turn number 3. We're single file, but not for long, as here comes Lyons with a run on the inside. Makes the big move on Cherry. Cherry up high, gets in the tater patch or the marbles. He stays in the gas. Then we see Cofield try to do what he did at Daytona, give a little push to Lyons. No, he drives on his own to the apron, and that's all it took for Matt Cherry to pocket his first career win of NASRA. Matt, congratulations. Lucas Lyons, you know the feeling of what Cherry's feeling right now because you experienced it last Monday night at Daytona. Your take of just coming up a spot shy. Nothing wrong with silver.
I mean, I had a very up and down day. I didn't even think I was going to be able to get...
You really did?
I did. At one point, I was in like 32nd. I was like, man, how'd I get here? Then I slowly started working my way back up, and when I was up front on those restarts, I had really good starts. Tried to throw off Cherry there, and I did for, about half a lap, and then I just try to work the momentum because I was like, man, if he gets in front of me, I feel like I got a better chance than if I was in front of him. And I was going to try to go where he didn't, and he left the bottom open. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try that. Got there, and then just try to get as far away as possible because I saw Cofield coming, kind of hoping that he was going to give me a push.
And, Lucas, we'll set it up for you. I mean, obviously, you locked yourself into the champion, or at least into the playoffs, last week at Daytona. Then you come out here, second place finish. I talked about this, kind of your rookie season. I mean, obviously, rookie season, you want to go for the rookie of the year and everything else, but what's the big picture right here over the next couple of weeks? And, what are we looking forward, or what do we need to be looking forward out of Lucas Lyons over the next couple of weeks?
Hopefully working on long run, because that's definitely where I struggle at. And, I mean, you can ask Cofield here in a second, but yeah, normally I'm the guy that goes out there, burns his stuff up 10 laps, and I fall to the back. I've gotten a little bit better with it. Hopefully the long run speed's there, and just hopefully I can stay consistent. My goal for all the way until the playoffs is just top 5 to slowly try to gain a points lead on everyone else, and then once I get a decent points lead, in my opinion, I might try something different.
Lucas Lyons, winner last week at Daytona in his 20th career start for NASRA tonight. Another top 5 finish. That's now 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, along with, of course, his win at Daytona. That battle with you and Cherry, tell us your side of the story there coming to the finish of the race in the 53. It looked like did you realize you needed to get up on the outside? Was there a mistake made when you stayed on the inside for the restart? Because we kind of hinted on this all night, Jacob and I did. The outside lane was so much better on restarts. Is that why you kind of pulled up in front of Cherry the way you did on the restart?
So the reason I pulled up in front of Cherry was because I knew Cofield was on fresher tires, Brady was on fresher tires, and me and Cherry were on the same lap tires, and Ross was on slightly older tires. So I was planning on getting a better start than Cherry, which I kind of did. And then once I cleared him, went back up to get that exit speed out of turn 2. And then going into turn 3 and 4 on that restart lap, I was like, yeah, I need to build momentum and then see what I could do going into 3, because if I have the lead, I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it.
Yeah, certainly one for the edges. One for the ages. We're looking at the camera from high above, from the chopper cam, showing the finish of the race. Man, what a fun one for sure. Matt, obviously the winner. We're talking to Lucas Lyons, the runner-up, winner in Daytona. You know he's in the playoffs as well. And before I let you go, buddy, thank your sponsors. We'll see you next week.
I'd like to thank Dragon, everyone over there. We work pretty well together. I know a few of us had some race-ending damage, but I appreciate the ones who did have damage and stuck around to the end. It means a lot to everyone in the team. I know just having an outside voice to kind of calm you down is kind of nice. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, top tier apparel, Honor Home Loan, Scotty Oliver Racing, Southeast Tutoring, SM Racing products. You're about to hear it again in a second. But if you use code Bandits1, you can save a little bit at checkout. And all the sponsors over here, 213 Simware, Concerns of Police Survivors, just everybody, and then NASRA for always putting on an amazing broadcast.
Our buddy out of Owensboro, Kentucky. How about that? 2 Kentucky drivers, 1 and 2, here at Auto Club. And, of course, the driver, Lucas Lyons, will finish in the 2nd position. We'll see you at Atlanta next week. And let's go down to 3rd place. Another podium finish for this guy from Mumford, Alabama. Roll Tide, or War Eagle as he loves them. Auburn's Jonathan Cofield. Jonathan, another podium. It's consistent, but I know you're hungry for a win in this series, sir. Your take of tonight.
Yeah, it was a good race. Wish we didn't have so many cautions there at the end. I really needed a longer run to get around those guys. Got caught up in a couple of those wrecks. Had a little bit of damage on the first one, a little bit of damage on the second one. And then when I pitted for our last set of tires, I think it was around lap 89, I pitted. And fuel guy, I guess he was laying down on the job, decided not to fuel the truck. So luckily we had another caution right after that, and I was able to come down pit road and top my tank off. But yeah, I'm wore out. Had to come from the back a couple times, but overall good race. Just wish the cautions was a little less there toward the end.
And, Cofield, I ask you this right here. Obviously, we talked about tire wear and all that stuff here at Auto Club. Next week we go to a track that is notorious. I mean, I don't know what other. I mean, I really don't have any other word for it, but it is straight up notorious for eating tires alive, which is Atlanta Motor Speedway, the legacy version. Granted, that's a 1.5 miles. This is a 2-mile racetrack. What can you take from Auto Club and try to implement it to the cheese grater, which is the legacy Atlanta Motor Speedway?
I don't know, just better tire management maybe. Just depends on how many sets of tires they give us. We only had 4 tonight. But yeah, like you said, Atlanta, it'll chew them up. It's going to be slick. The trucks tonight wasn't too bad on new tires. I know we had that one truck that spun right at the beginning, but it was like that on the restarts, kind of loose on the bottom. But other than that, the truck kind of trended tight. So we'll just tell you what happens at Atlanta. Usually the truck is pretty loose at Atlanta. Kind of got to save your tires up a little bit, but I haven't run there in a while, so may have to try to jump on to do a little practice.
Alabama's Jonathan Cofield, by the way, started his 58th career race with NASRA tonight, ironically in truck number 58. He does have 25 top 5s and 41 top 10s with 4 wins so far in the NASRA banner. And, well, I'll tell you what, Jonathan, coming to the finish of the race, was you trying to win the race yourself? I know at Daytona you kind of pushed Lucas Lyons to the victory. Did you kind of leave him hung to dry when he come to the bottom and you just kind of went your own way? Not saying that that's kind of the way it looked, but it looked like you definitely were, going a different way than he was at the finish.
Well, you definitely called it right. We come off turn 4 and I thought I had a better run than what appeared. And I ducked down to the bottom and looked on up there. I was like, I ain't got enough time to make it. So I just decided to tuck on behind Lucas. Maybe I could bump him a bumper ahead of him, but didn't quite get there in time.
Well, buddy, before we let you go, please thank your sponsors. We'll see you next week in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I want to thank everybody at NASRA, everything they do. Brady for everything he does. I know he's got a lot on his plate. All the admins that does the points updates and just all the Discord stuff. I mean, there's several Discords and just pages and pages of stuff these guys take care of. Appreciate all them. Cofield Asphalt Refinish and Cofield Supply and Service. All my teammates at Highline, we was having a real good race, man. All of us was in the top 3 for a while, and those cautions just started taking us out one at a time there. But SM Racing Products, you ain't got a button box. Go check them guys out. Put in code Bandits1, save you a little money at checkout, and we'll see you next week.
So there it is. When it's all said and done, it is, of course, Matt Cherry, the winner. Lucas Lyons, second. Jonathan Cofield with another podium finish. That's like Mr. Consistency, Mark Martin. And that number, of course, 58. And again, next week we move to Atlanta. Atlanta Motor Speedway is Legacy Atlanta. That is the old racetrack, the cheese grater, abrasive on tires racetrack. It does have lights, but it's the old pavement, not the super speedway version. Then, of course, there's a look at the upcoming schedule. I want to remind you as well, that will be our final race of the regular point season before the NASRA 500. Remember, the week of the NASRA 500 will be February 3rd through the 8th. We're going to take a break to thank our sponsor to promote that race. And when we come back, we wrap it up at Auto Club as Matt Cherry becomes the second different winner in the Season 5 of the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. We finish next. Come back.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
And Matt Cherry, there you see him. Couple of Kentucky guys battling for the finish. He drives it in the infield grass. You always remember your first day at school, your first kiss, your first breakup, your first marriage, maybe your first divorce, your first baby, your first win, whether virtual or reality. Yes, there's a lot of firsts in life, and Jacob Reeves and Matt Cherry is experiencing his first win as well, Jacob.
Yeah, that one I get talked about on DVD. Anyway, but I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, it's like I said before, I certainly remember my very first win. I'm sure Jonathan Copefield remembers his. Obviously, Lucas Lyons had his last week. Brady LaBeouf. I mean, everybody that's raced in this great league, which is the North American Sim Racing Association, remembers their very first win, and honestly remembers all the hell they had to go through just to get that win. Because I'm telling you, these wins, it doesn't matter what series it is, whether it's Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Fridays, they don't come easy. These boys, they don't hand them to you. And Matt Cherry, obviously, he's he earned the win here tonight. He earned every bit of it. Obviously, I mean, he started in the 4th spot. He was up front for most of the time. So Cherry, obviously, I mean, he's going to be one to really watch out for, and I talked about it as well last week. Watch out for Matt Cherry. He could be one to possibly go and sneak up there and get that championship, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out for him. Matt Cherry was one of those guys where Wesley, I'll be honest with you, we didn't really think about Matt Cherry. We really didn't see Matt Cherry winning this race. And he's made us believers now that we really need to start taking notice with this 54 truck, because
and Lucas Lyons too.
Yes, I mean, both of them. But to be honest with you, Matt Cherry, Lucas Lyons, I talked about Lucas, he's going to be one to really be a threat for the championship. We need to start thinking about Matt Cherry, because you know how it is. Usually wins, once you get the first one, bam, you're just nailing them off one by one, unless you're me. But, you know, Matt has got a damn good shot to be able to get out there and just absolutely start waxing it. And these wins could really start falling out. And he could be a Colin Weatherholt like we saw last season. You get that win, and then, bam, you're just nailing them off one by one.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And could we see a 3-time winner? By the way, what's coming up ahead this week on the NASRA 360 Racing Network? Have fear not, as I will give it to you tomorrow night. The NASRA Blanchard Towing Xfinity Series quarterfinal race finale. It will be, of course, at Richmond Raceway. Join Jacob, Dean, and myself and the gang of NASRA for the A's Lawn and Landscaping 150 from virtual, the short track, Richmond Raceway. We'll go green at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Eastern on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Wednesday night, will we see a 12th different winner, or will somebody else break through and become a repeat winner? Will be with the NASRA Cup Series at No Limits, Texas. It's the Pulse Poppers 210 on Wednesday night. Remember, sometimes they'll have the Hot Lap podcast on Thursday. They're kind of working on some new ideas for a league on Thursday night. Friday night is the NASRA Cup Series night. However, Season 10 will not begin. And, Jacob, we got confirmation on this last Friday night at Charlotte at the Season 9 finale, won by Jordan Durasic. By the way, thank you, Jordan, our Cops Truck champion, for joining us in the chat box tonight in the broadcast. But, again, we will not start Season 10 until after the NASRA 500. Next week, we race at Atlanta, Legacy Atlanta, for the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. And don't forget, coming up, the NASRA 500 presented by the Glass Mechanic. There's a look at the upcoming schedule. Here's all the details on the race. And Dean Hopton, I know you asked this question earlier, and it was right before race start, so I'll explain to it very quickly. I've already got people that have been asking me. A matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to my buddy up in the Northeast, guys. Listen to this. Chris Riondo and the Turn 4 podcast gang, they literally promoted this race on their podcast yesterday. And I'm going to find the sound bites or the video clips of it, and we're going to play it back because I think it's so damn cool that a Real Motorsports podcast plugged the NASRA 500. There will be 4 nights of qualifying races consisting of 3 30-lap, 75 miles each qualifying races. The top 3 will advance to the duels on Saturday. Now, again, as I mentioned, 4th through 14th go to the last chance qualifiers. I think there's 3 of them, Jacob Reeves, on Friday night. So remember, Monday through Thursday, NASRA qualifier races for the NASRA 500, 30 laps, top 3 advance to the duels on Saturday. 4th through 14th go to the last chance qualifier. Then we go, after 4 days of the qualifier races, to the Friday night, the 7th. And that will be 3 100-milers, 3 40-lap races that are the NASRA 500 last chance qualifiers, which consists of the top 17, Jacob Reeves, making it into the race. There's, again, 3 100-miler, 40-lap races. The top 17 in the first 2 races, the top 16 in the 3rd race final make it in. And then, of course, on Saturday, it kicks off in the morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Get some breakfast. Join us for the duels. Those will be fun, over 125 miles each. And then, of course, we come back at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for the 40 best that will race in the NASRA 500, presented by Glass Mechanic, the Great American Sim Race. Oh, and by the way, don't forget about the PGR Esports 500. Their PGR 500 will be coming up next week, I believe, Jacob.
Absolutely, they will be. And I'm telling you right now, Wesley, I'm shaking right now. Literally, you got chills running all the way through my body, sitting here thinking about what's going to happen with this NASRA 500. Who's going to win it? We've got big names, obviously, here in NASRA that's going to be a part of this one right here. Obviously, Brady the Buff's going to be in it. Justin White's going to be in it. I'm hearing Cole Hendrickson's going to try to attempt to get in it. Adam Newton, obviously, Holden McGill, drivers like that, and some other big names. Like I said, earlier on the entry list, we're not going to, break out those names yet. You just got to tune in to find out. But I'm telling you right now, I am absolutely pumped.
By the way, Jacob Reeves, $2,000 to win.
Damn.
Unbelievable. $2,000 to win. That's not counting the purse. The winner gets $2,000 to win, and there's going to be money all throughout the week. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the biggest event in the history of NASRA. You do not want to miss not being a part of it.
No, you do not. And we're actually here, and we may need to get another producer possibly, because Dean Hopton may end up going and getting him a wheel and some pedals finally and think about going in. I'm just kidding, folks. But, I mean, seriously, you got to check it out. If you haven't yet, make sure that you've signed up for it. If you're not able to, please, everybody, check it out. It's going to be awesome. Obviously, great racing all the way through the week. NASRA 500, tell your friends. It's going to be a good one.
All right, Jacob. So final synopsis, my friend of Auto Club, as always, my friend. So glad you're feeling better, and pleasure working with you. Your take on the race tonight. It was a good one.
Yeah, it really was. I just put the drivers poll up in the general chat for the drivers to go ahead and give their take on whether or not it was a good race or not. I haven't actually looked at the results. We'll talk about that on the podcast later on this week. But it was. In my opinion, I think it was a great race. You had pretty much. It seems like I say this each and every week, Wesley. I seem like a damn broken record. You basically got everything that you wanted out of this. You got the big crashes. You got some airborne. You got 3, 4, even 5 wide at some points. Had a little bit of beef out there. And then you got a photo finish out of it. You cannot script a better race, especially here at Auto Club, which is dormant, unfortunately. But that is what you're going to get at Auto Club every single day of the week. I love this place, and I love broadcasting with the NASRA 360 Racing Network. I love doing this at night and all this good stuff, maybe. I'm telling you what. If this is what the 2 races that we've had this season, if this is what we're going to get the rest of the season, boy, y'all better buckle up and strap in. It's going to be a hell of a ride.
Great pages of virtual racing history are continuing to be written from green to checker in every NASRA event. If you'd like to know more details, go to NASRA-racing.com, follow us on social media, and don't forget to subscribe and like on the YouTube broadcast channel with the NASRA 360 Racing Network, ironically the sponsor of tonight's events. Race director for the DSR Electric Truck Series tonight was Robert Richards and TJ Moore. For Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott, the operators of NASRA. For Biggles, Dean Hopton with another phenomenal broadcast productions. For the sights and sounds. For Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer, this is Wesley Outland, thanking you and yours for joining us. Congratulations to Kentucky's Matt Cherry, winner tonight at Auto Club. We'll see you next week at Atlanta as the road to the NASRA 500 rolls on.